You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
There's a look at Everbank Stadium as construction continues around it and even inside it, or at least inside the premises, if you will, not inside the bowl. And, well, we got a countdown to the game, which is September 7th against the Carolina Panthers. Carolina, very interesting team, and there'll be a lot of conversation, obviously, about that one. A little bit left of there, what you see right now, the Miller Electric Center is where the Jags are practicing currently. And some reports out of there. I can give you a quick little update. If you're just jumping in, and Olivia Tassley was out there along with Marcel Robinson for us. And let's see what we've got from Liv. Jags obviously getting out of here today. We'll be on the team playing with them, going down to South Florida. Pretty quick trip down to Miami. Tyson Campbell is out there today participating, but also in the red jersey. So trying to be careful with him. Travis Hunter not taking part in team drills, so he continues to stay out. Cohen said yesterday that they were going to be pretty smart, try to get him ready for the joint practices against the Miami Dolphins. That's probably going to be his work for the week if he gets back there. So we'll see how many healthy guys they'll have when it comes to Tyson Campbell, where they think about a Maason Smith, where they think about an Arik Armstead even getting in that kind of action, right? A little ramped up action on Thursday against the Miami Dolphins. I don't know where that will fall, but they're going to still be cautious, even though they want to get a good work in Thursday against the Miami Dolphins. So we'll see where that happens. That's tomorrow morning, right in the middle of our show, by the way. So I'll be out there probably checking in from the practice, and Hamby will be back tomorrow along with Austen Lane. Austen Lane coming in here any moment right now. We've already got the chat fired up. Sounded off Sunday. Hope all is well. Oh, sounded off in terms of my voice. Yeah, it's just lost the voice a little bit. All good. A little head cold of some sort, I guess. But thanks. We're all good. On we go. Coffee. I'm on my third one, YB400. I'm not sure how many you've had already. But here we go. And I kind of need the coffee today. And I understand what we do. And I get it. Sometimes you throw some stuff out, and you're talking in midstream of a 3-hour show, and then it gets kind of consumed by a headline or differently. And holy cow, did that happen? Yesterday was a great example of when Casey throws something out from the show, and we're talking about Parker Washington, that some people just read a headline, Austen Lane, and don't listen to the 3 minutes that goes along with it.
I mean, are you new to the game? That's what it is, man.
That's just a reminder. Some days it reminds me more than others.
Yeah.
It's just wild. Like, I mean, if you listen to our 3-minute conversation, it should not really spark the kind. Now, I get the headline. The headline is kind of thinking. But wasn't it kind of wild? Like, did you see some of the reaction on there?
Oh, no. So, I mean, first of all, shout out to the guy that there's an oil truck in the parking lot, which isn't ideal. So it's hard to maneuver right now in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's not a big lane over there if you've got a truck in your truck.
Yeah, for sure. So, and when I say an oil truck, it's like an oil semi. But finally got in here.
One of those things like cylinder back,
those
kind of oil trucks.
Yep, for sure. So, guys having some problems right now in the parking lot. Needless to say, I couldn't help him out.
Do we take the show live and help him?
Maybe, man. Might just have to tell him where to park because he's having trouble getting around. But anyways, yeah, so woke up this morning and, had to check Twitter for the show and everything, and noticed I had like 50 mentions, which is usually, that's a little higher than normal. It's a little higher than average. And I immediately thought, like, oh, okay. Like, obviously, I probably got cut from the UFC or something. So, like, that's where my mind went. And then I thought, like, this is just, this is real time when I'm thinking, because it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm waking up. I'm a little tired still, a little groggy. So I'm like, all right, either I got cut from the UFC or I'm getting canceled for my thoughts about Livy Dunn. And that's where I was at, right? So then click on the mentions, and I see it's all about, like, trades. I'm like, what is it about the trades? And then obviously I could go a little deeper. I'm like, oh, the whole Parker Washington thing, which never in a million years I figured would have riled people so much up. Like, and it makes,
I know it.
Yeah, of all the things that we talk about, of all the things that we have to do to fill time on this show, the fact that the Parker Washington conversation was the one that got the reaction is wild to me. But I just laughed, man, because like, and I get it, like, I don't know, like, and then I shared Casey's tweet, and then people started getting upset with me because I'm like clickbaiting. You have to understand why I think this is so awesome, because we each have jobs on the show, and Casey's job is to try to get like interaction and viewership.
Yeah.
And yesterday, Casey Kurtz did a great job of wording that whole thing to get the interaction and the viewership. Now, did I take it to another level by retweeting it? Absolutely. But, like, that's business, man. And, Brent, you say this all the time. Don't be soft.
No, I'm not.
Don't
being
worry about
soft.
people's opinions.
I'm just
it's going to be okay.
It's noticeable. It's just so because I had to go back and look at it like twice. I'm like, I thought we had a really good conversation on Parker. Mm-hmm. And it got total. Again, I understand why people wouldn't realize this. If you're not locked into the 3-hour show, which we appreciate the folks that are, good morning to you all, then you don't really understand sometimes the context of where it's coming. I mean, basically that conversation started when Kim played a little practice video of Parker Washington, who's been a star of camp. And it just kind of was like, all right, throw this out. And by the end of the conversation, we got to how much value there is for Parker Washington in Jacksonville. So, like, we probably should get a call from his agent and say he should say thank you.
No, for sure, man.
I think we boosted his value. Then I wake up this morning, by the way, and the Minnesota Vikings are looking for a receiver.
Oh, yeah, man. Then
so
Brent
tried. Think people are getting these kind of calls.
Yeah.
around this time of year.
Yeah.
You too are a little bit naive. Like, people call people.
Yeah. Well, and it's ironic too because the whole conversation started because we wanted to see him get more reps because we're that impressed with him.
Yes.
Right. And then that morphed into, the whole trade conversation. Once again, just an exercise. Didn't mean anything by it, but that's the internet, man, and people take it and roll with it. I'm glad it happened now and not like 4 or 5 years ago when I actually gave a damn about Twitter, where I would have been like responding to everybody, questioning everybody. Like now it's just, I got a great laugh this morning. They definitely went after you more than me, which is fine.
Yeah,
that made me laugh a little more, but yeah, man, it's the internet. It's how the internet works.
Here's some of the responses.
Let's go through all of them.
Yeah. Crypto Lord was fine. It depends on where they keep De'Ami Brown since he's currently on a 1-year rental. I've got a lot of gifts. Stop saying stupid bleep.
Nice.
Keep him. You must have fun. You must have run out of factual stuff to talk about, says Gray. Mm-hmm. Dude, not every thought has to be made public. Sorry to hurt your ears. Wild thought. Dang, Brent disappointed me with this one.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We all were.
Nah. Someone had a throwing up GIF. They let just anyone post and cover sports now. Why trade him? What does a 5th-round pick and return do for us this season? Well, if you listen to the whole conversation, you saw where we went with that. But yes, they do let anybody cover sports right now is the more important answer. Mm-hmm. And somehow they've let me do it for 25 years. So good luck getting me out. Get some help? What? We could get nothing better than a 5th, maybe. I can't believe this is a topic. Surely you can think of a better topic than trading away a solid young piece at a position we haven't really solidified. Parker just may be the best pure possession slot receiver we've got, and you're thinking about trading him. Come on, man. Which, by the way, I would hope the Jags have solidified that position pretty well with their top 2 guys. Brian Thomas Jr., we think, is a bona fide dude. And then they just spent a 2nd-round pick on their other wide receiver. That's got to be pretty solidified.
I would
at least
so.
in the top 2 spots, right?
Yeah.
We finally get a draft and develop and who's actually developed, and now we talking trade. Mm-hmm. P-Dub stays, full stop. Everyone's got to listen to the clip. It's this off-season time. Got to fill airtime with something, I guess. That really wasn't it. But I could keep going. No trade. He'll be in the 2nd-best wide receiver on the team. He'll have huge numbers. Just watch. If he's the 2nd-best wide receiver on the team, that's also a little bit of a problem.
Of course, man. That's not gonna, you have come on.
It's a terrible idea. Are you crazy? I want you to find yourself again, GIF. I
like that one.
Why the F would you trade him?
Yeah.
Brown is on a 1-year deal. Anything else? What a bleeping clown post.
Was it with the clown post?
It wasn't.
No. Man, that's one of my personal faves.
It's funny when you get a topic like this. There are a lot of people on like social media handles that I don't recognize.
Yeah,
that jump in on this conversation.
Well, but this is
I think it's not like the normal that we interact with on a more regular basis.
Yeah.
But
Well, then
Anyway,
you had to you dressed it again, right? You had to remind people like it was just a conversation.
Well, I actually did. That was before even the stuff went. Like, because I usually will repost the tweet that Casey does.
Yeah.
And I just said, hey, and I did. I tried to, even before I saw any
of
responses, I even was like, hey, just, we're coming. Like, there's context to this one, right?
Yeah.
And even to be honest with you, what did we talk about that for 10, 12, 15 minutes yesterday? We put a 3-minute clip out. You can go back on the podcast on YouTube. And if you go to that section.
They won't, but it's okay.
No, I know you won't.
Yeah. But,
well, you could, but maybe some will. That. But it's just like, I thought it ended up turning into kind of a fascinating conversation about really the Travis Hunter stuff.
Yeah.
And then on the heels, did you hear, I don't know if Prisco said this Monday with you, but yesterday, what else was happening? There's a lot of interesting takes on Travis Hunter. I think Ryan Clark said something like, is he really worth a second-round pick if he doesn't play both sides of the ball?
Correct.
I think Pete was asked, and I don't know what day this was from. It just showed up on Twitter with the CBS folks of how much is he going to play, the percentage of snaps, and I think he said 80%. And Pete said like a lot, like basically everything on defense. So there, that like every snap on defense was his thought, and then really on offense where it will mix in, which does go to our conversation, which was an isolated conversation of getting to Travis Hunter and saying, hey, right now you need more help, which we've said for a couple of weeks on the defensive side. He might be a more natural corner by trade, not might, he is, and he right now is not going to know the entire playbook at all three different receiver spots. So the value of a Parker Washington to spell Travis Hunter is a real value. And that's really what we got to if you listen to the whole conversation.
No, without a doubt. And I get Pete's whole thing where he wants to see him on defense a little more. And I get that because I think there is more of a need on defense. But obviously, okay, first of all, the most important thing of this up-and-coming season is to what? Win football games. Okay. What's the second most important thing? I would say to reassure that Trevor Lawrence is the guy, right? Because if you take your teal-covered glasses off for a second, anybody, like there's going to be like, okay, I mean, he's done some great things. He's done some okay things, and he's done, some things where they can kind of pull your hair out a little bit. But, like, can he cement himself the entire season and be the guy and be the franchise quarterback? And I think Travis Hunter on offense would obviously help him immensely there. So I think that this whole thing is about Trevor Lawrence more than anybody. It's about winning football games, yes, first. Don't get it twisted. But the second part is going to be giving Trevor Lawrence all the resources that he needs to be successful. Now, can Parker Washington come in for Travis Hunter and take right over and you wouldn't skip a beat? Possibly. But I still give the advantage right now to Travis Hunter over Parker Washington. So what helps Trevor Lawrence out the most?
Yeah, I think you're right. And, there was obviously Travis Hunter is a big topic. Do you agree with what Pete said there? 80%? That's a high number of snaps. I mean, that's, I don't think anybody agrees with what Ryan Clark and the national folks on the whole Travis Hunter thing, whatever was floating around there yesterday. Again, I'm not sure if that was from yesterday or Monday or whatever. But it just almost felt like misinformed kind of takes in that regard. But
let me ask you this. If Travis Hunter just played offense, would you be disappointed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that what Ryan Clark said? Like, he just basically wants to see him play both sides of the ball? Wasn't that like the giant debate? I haven't seen it.
I think, you're right. I didn't see it. I don't want to get caught in the thing that other people just caught. I don't see the whole full context of it.
Okay.
I just saw people were kind of hammering him more about if he doesn't play both sides of the ball, it wasn't worth a second overall pick. Now, I think that's a different story. Time will tell if it's worth a second overall pick in general, right?
Sure.
And a little bit of Ryan Clark's stuff was like how he kind of supported it with who they could take in the second round and blah, 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 blah. But
and I saw the clip saying like he's not Kelvin Johnson or whatever. So like, if you take a wide receiver at the number 2 overall pick, like, are you getting a Julio Jones? Are you getting a Kelvin Johnson?
And no
one's ready to call Travis Hunter the next Kelvin Johnson or Julio Jones.
Yeah. That's true. It just depends. It just depends what he does. But nobody believes that. I think there's no doubt he's playing both sides of the ball. So, like, that's not even a question. I'm surprised that's even a question around the country. Like, that's not up for debate.
Yeah.
Now, does that get up for debate at some point? I don't know. But it's not up for debate. He's playing both sides of the ball. I actually think the Pete question, the CBS question that Pete answered, is a more interesting one, 80%. And I think that's the fascinating part of all this, as we've been saying for weeks. There's no doubt from April 27th or whenever the heck that first round of the draft was to today, the amount of snaps planned for Travis Hunter have gone up. I think we all agree with that.
Yeah, I think we agree with that. But and this is going to be this is what we talked about in the preseason, right? Like this is going to be the question going forward is what will the reps look like? And this is like where I think arguments could happen online with Jaguars Twitter and everything is like, how do you use Travis Hunter to get the best out of your team and to maximize, I think, Trevor Lawrence. And I think with the shoulder, well, we don't even know what kind of injury it is. It's an upper body injury. I assume it's probably going to be a shoulder and arm, but I'm not even going to speculate because we'll wait till what Liam Cohen says about that situation.
Upper body.
Okay. So waist above. Who knows? Could be an abdominal strain, could be a pec, could be a chest, could be a wrist, could be a finger. Yeah, it could be a lot of things. But when we talk about Travis Hunter, I think with this injury now, whatever it is, and I'm sure it's minor, but like it reminds you, I echoed this yesterday, like it reminds you like, okay, maybe like ease him into it. Maybe don't give him 90% of the snaps against Carolina for week 1, right? Like, I think, and I get it's intriguing because we've never seen it before and all this stuff, but like let's ease him along, especially against, like, listen, this Carolina game, we'll see how it goes and we'll break it down when we get closer to it, but you're expected to kind of win that game, right? So are you going to need Travis Hunter to play 90% of the reps to help win? I would hope not. Like, I would hope you have other guys willing to fill in for him a little bit and help you win a football game. So I would err on the side of caution more with Travis Hunter and ease him along. Not saying it's got to be the 80%, maybe just like a 65, 70%, I think would be okay.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, man. I don't think you have to overdo it early. I don't know how the pacing of the season, I understand from his standpoint, right? But I think, here we are. How concerning is this? He's missing practices already, and we know on the offensive side, those reps seem to be very valuable. They've been really trying to get him to do that. On the defensive side, I don't think the reps are as valuable. He's just such a good natural corner. I think people expect that to play its part the way we think. And I don't think this is like an offense, oh no, like how can we? I just think more from a getting the timing, getting the nuances of the offense, all that. You got to rep it. And so you do miss these kind of reps. And by the way, he hasn't really missed much. He missed a Friday walkthrough. His Saturday and Sunday wasn't much and just didn't play in the game. And then back at it probably for a light day. Monday was off, actually. So a light day, Tuesday of some sort. And now here we go. Today, pretty light because tomorrow's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's missing like a ton, but the mental reps and everything else.
Of course. And he's back at practice with doing individual stuff I saw.
Yeah, just not the team stuff.
Yeah, you have Tyson Campbell, like it's wearing like a non-contact jersey, right?
So he's back
like,
a bit.
Yeah, so you don't see Travis Hunter rocking that. So I think all signs are positive that week 1 he should be 100% ready to go.
I'll tell you, I saw him move on Sunday pregame because they really worked him out. That's what they usually will do with a guy who's kind of a game time decision, even though you're not going to play him in a preseason game. I think is the way that one was pretty much thought of. And you couldn't tell, like he wasn't gingerly moving in any spots, right? He wasn't like holding his shoulder like that. There's not. Again, I believe that if there was a game, like a real game on Sunday, he would have played. But I think he's fine. So I don't. Listen, Travis Hunter's going to be a topic every day. There's nothing I've seen that has really changed kind of the way we feel about Travis Hunter, other than the fact that I do think his snaps at some points are going to be higher than I thought. And that's a me thing. Like in my mind, I thought 70 to 75 snaps, something like that. I think they're going to be higher. And how they manage it's going to be fascinating. And who they do that against, to your point, Carolina could be totally different than Cincinnati. Feels like they need him for every snap on the field defensively against Cincinnati, doesn't it?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. Yeah, who's going to cover Jamar Chase? Who's going to cover T. Higgins?
Yeah, so I think the snap meter for Travis is going to be pretty wild.
I would err on the side of caution because the only thing worse than Travis Hunter not playing in 80 or 90% of the snaps is going to be Travis Hunter not playing at all because he's banged up and injured.
Yeah. That's a balance. That is the one thing. Like, here's what comes with the territory of this that probably nobody wants to say a lot of, and I know some people have suggested it. Or you're out there in the NFL, the more you're at risk to get injured. Bottom line is he's going to be out there more than maybe anybody's ever been out there in a football game. Mm-hmm. So he does run the risk of more injury just because he's out there more than anybody else. Very unlikely, usually, knock on wood, that the long snapper, the punter, and the kicker get hurt. They're not out there for a lot of action in a game, even a special teams guy. Their risk goes way down. And just common sense-wise, Travis Hunter is going to be out there quite a bit. And so how can they keep him healthy? And how can you got to need a little luck. Everybody needs a little luck on that side of it.
Yeah.
To not miss time.
Gonna need a little luck for sure. Also, like, because I'm trying to, like, put myself in the future and, like, what some talking points could be. Like, you know, when we come in here week 3, you know, after Houston, or, like, week 4 or whatever, like, what is the storyline's going to be about this team? And honestly, I just keep going back to Travis Hunter and how it's handled and everything, because I think that is going to be the biggest storyline. I wonder if it would be beneficial for this coaching staff to try to kind of announce, like, what the I mean, without giving kind of any of the game script away, but, like, almost saying, like, the expectation of Travis Hunter in terms of reps that he gets before each game. Almost like a pitcher, right? Because if it's Carolina and let's just say, you know, it's a very close ball game, and maybe he's got whatever, 70, 80 snaps in already. It's a hard-fought physical game, right? Yeah. Coming down to the wire, and maybe that Jaguars defense is back out there trying to stop him to win the game, and he's not out there. Right? Well, then fans are going to question, well, why the hell, when the game was on the line, wasn't Travis Hunter out there?
That's interesting.
And then if you're Liam Cohen, you can say, well, he kind of had a pit, you know. So, like, I would almost get out ahead of it so we don't have these conversations, because there's going to be close games. It's the NFL. There's going to always be close games in the NFL. And I worry, like, you know, when you think he should be out there, Travis Hunter, and he's not, fans are going to have something to say about it, right? When it's all about maybe protecting him and making sure, like, you know, he doesn't exceed the pitch count, if you will.
That's a fascinating point. My initial reaction to you is, yeah, right.
Sure, yeah.
Right? Because we know the way the league is. The league is so cryptic, and they want to keep everything a secret.
Yeah.
But I think your point is an interesting one, because you're right. The backside of that is you're going to feel it. You're going to hear it. We're going to ask it. Right, you're going to get to you're going to get to a situation. Let's just say the Saints game the other day, and he's not on the field in that final 2 minutes because who knows? He actually might be sore from what just happened on the previous offensive series or whatever. And you don't want to disclose. You're not going to, like, go every time a guy's sore. You're not going to say he's hurt.
Correct.
Right. So then the questions are, hey, why isn't Travis out there? Why is Jarian Jones getting beat? You know, or something like that. Sorry, Jarian, just putting you in here. I shouldn't say that. We got to be nice to Jarian. I mean, he already got the whole, had to handle the whole Saquon Barkley thing.
Oh, yeah, man, for sure. But yeah, no, this is the thing. Because
it's an interesting point.
Every time there's going to be an explosive play, whether it's on Jarian Jones, whether it's on Tyson Campbell, the conversation will be, why isn't Travis Hunter out there? Every time there's not a third down conversion with the game on the line, maybe the question is going to be, why wasn't Travis Hunter out there? Like, that's going to be the narrative. Like, I can see it week 1, week 2. Like, I can just put myself there and be like, hey, why wasn't he out there on that play? Why wasn't he out there on that play? Like, these are going to be the conversations we're going to have if they're not winning football games. Now, if they win, who cares?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. But let's be honest. These first 4 or 5 games, it's going to be challenging.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like, I think it would be – I think it would be fair to say they're probably going to win 1 or 2.
In the 4 games.
Yeah, in the 4 games.
Yeah, we're
right?
trying to get 2.
We're trying to get 2.
To 2 and 2.
And you're trying to scratch and claw, I feel like,
Absolutely.
for 2, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say 1. Well, then, yeah, people are going to second-guess stuff. People are going to say, well, why is Travis Hunter in there? So I think if I'm Liam Cohen, if I'm the regime, I can almost get ahead of it a little bit and say, these are the amount of plays that he's going to run. And then if you're a fan, you got a problem with it, just count the plays that he was in. It's a pitch count, simple as that.
Yeah, or at least the vicinity, right?
Oh, yeah, you're not going to say, well, we're exactly at 50 plays or 60 plays and that's it. No.
And that, that's okay. Now you got me like, we've played the game before, fly on the wall, right? And this is where, to me, the game is fascinating. This is where you want to be in the Baselli, Gladstone, Cohen conversation. I think these are conversations. Yeah, like I don't think they'll do that, but I think it's fair to wonder if they should do that because Liam Cohen is going to get pressed on a lot of those kind of questions. Mm-hmm. And here's the other thing, and you know this from being in the locker room, whether this is because Tim Tebow's here as a tight end, or now, quite frankly, Travis Hunter's here, or Trevor Lawrence gets drafted. I think sooner or later the locker room gets tired of the questions.
Oh, without a doubt,
right?
man. Yeah.
So, and it's not their fault. It's quite frankly, it's not our fault. I mean, that's the topic, right?
Yeah, you mean to tell me like maybe during a drive and Trevor throws an interception, someone's not going to go, "Hey, do you wish Travis Hunter was out there for that series?" Like that's going to be the thing.
And
it's going to get annoying.
Yeah.
And it's going to get annoying.
Well, especially Austin, I would say one, you're right if they're not winning. Two, if he's producing on both sides of the ball. You know, the more he produces, the more you want him out there.
Yeah.
And the more you're going to ask the question.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't see it, but I also don't think you're wrong. Just because I don't see it happen, I don't think that's a bad idea. I wonder where the negative side of this. Again, if I was the fly on the wall there, I'd be like, well, then they're going to hold us basically accountable to that. And if for some reason we go over 80 snaps in a game, even though we had it planned for 80 snaps or under 80 snaps, then you're going to get those questions too. So you're always going to get questions about it. I guess would be the negative side of doing something like that. I don't think you really give anything away game planning wise.
No.
By saying the snaps. I mean,
not at all.
The only way you would do that, Austin, is if they had a plan for him, which, by the way, I would say, if I'm being completely honest, that I thought early on when they drafted him, I thought the plan defensively would be to play packages, third down packages, red zone packages, 2-minute packages, these kind of things. I don't think that's going to be as much of the plan as I thought, because I think he's going to play a lot more. So, therefore, if he was playing just packages, you certainly wouldn't want to tell how many snaps, because then people might be able to know or game plan or whatever.
But also, if he's just in packages, I said how I felt about that, then you're tipping your hand way too much. Because if he's in a certain package, okay, well then I'll bring an extra tight end to get him off the field for it. But
good point.
Yeah, like I wouldn't go that route. So I mean, listen, that's
a good point.
I think it's a call to action where if you say, and once again, it doesn't have to be the exact number, but some kind of range. Because like I look at baseball a couple weeks ago when Mizorowski for the Brewers, like they announced he's going to get 50 to 60 pitches, and that was it. Yeah. Now, whether that tipped your hand or not, I think it's baseball. It doesn't really matter. It's not the same sport here as football. But if you're Liam Cohen and it's game week and you say, we're going to have him for 65 plays, 70 plays, whatever, that gets ahead of the media because that's going to be the questions asked, and it also saves Travis Hunter from himself.
It does a little bit.
Because it sets the precedent of saying, Travis, we know you want to be out there for every single play, right? But it's our jobs as coaches, especially early on in your career, to save you from yourself.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we'd love to have you out there every single play. Like, in a perfect world, that would be a thing. But guess what, man? Injuries happen. It's a tough physical league, and we're trying to save you for maybe when it matters during the playoff run.
I think Hamby's burner just passed through real quick, but I think I got the gist of what he was saying. I think he's kind of right. I think now listen, you got to ask yourself if this matters or not. But I think what Hamby's burner said is everybody outside of Jacksonville specifically, the national media, everyone else are just waiting to be able to crush the Jags for the usage of Travis Hunter.
Oh, without a doubt.
And I think
we crushed him with the play calling. That was a local level.
Yeah.
Imagine Travis Hunter now in his reps.
Yeah, and I think, but there are people are like, you're out of your mind. Look at how the national media perceived the trade. They thought Cleveland won. Just about everybody said Cleveland won. And so they're not going to agree. And you'll have some that agree and defend it. But there'll be a good amount of people, especially early on, if it's not working in terms of wins and losses, that are going to really dive into this. I mean, the Jags are going to have more attention on them in this particular topic than maybe they've had. Shoot, I don't know. I guess Urban Meyer was a pretty national story too, but it's been a while. So maybe nothing like this. We haven't seen it yet. We'll find out. But it's going to be the topic each and every day around the NFL shows. And so I think you're right. There are going to be a lot of opinions on how this shakes out. So, again, that does lend to what Austin's saying is, hey, set an expectation. At least an expectation out there, so maybe you do get in front of it a little bit. Nathan says, just going to end up as damned if you do, damned if you don't. Risks will always be there. Trust the player, feel the game situation, and a line on the game plans. Yeah, there is a little bit of that. That comes with the territory. That's also the NFL, right? I mean, there could be Trevor Lawrence can play 30 out of 35 throws, be excellent, and he makes one or two bad throws and a couple other drops in there, and we're still talking about the drops and the bad throws. I mean, that's the nature of the sport. So they know they're going to get that. But I do think the feel of the game situation on an every game basis is tricky because what you do is a little bit. Let's just go to the old way that you want to keep likening it to baseball. Okay. This is where baseball's really changed, where you get a guy that goes on a hunch. I feel this, right? Well, sometimes it really works. Damn what the computer says. Sure. It sometimes works. Well, sometimes it doesn't. And then those computer folks would go back and be like, what the hell? We got a plan here. Well, that's how baseball's changed, right? They go off the computer and then they don't second guess their situation. Yeah. So this would save you some second guessing, some internal strife potentially.
Of course, man.
By setting the game plan. Now, I think they're going to do that anyway. I just wonder if they say it publicly. And that's what Austen's suggesting here, which might be also a very good move because you know they're doing that. They're going to go into a game in Carolina. They're going to be like, hey, we plan to play him 70 to 80 snaps. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, but then, I mean, I hope so, Brent. Like, I'm sure there's a plan, but, like, will they stick to it?
Well, yeah.
If it's overtime, you stick to it. If it's down to the wire and it's more of like an offensive game where you run a lot more plays, like, you gonna stick to it?
So let me just give you a scenario. If they come out and they say, hey, our plan is to play against Carolina 70 to 80 snaps.
Yes.
Game goes to overtime. He ends up playing 88 snaps.
Sure.
I mean, they're not going to get crushed for that.
Is he healthy next week?
Well, yeah.
I would assume healthy. They're not going to get crushed, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
What if you come out of the game and he played 62 snaps? Well, if you win, no questions. Mm-hmm. If you lose, hey, I thought you said we were going to play 70 to 80. It's going to happen
all the
probably,
questions. Right? All the questions, yes.
Even as 8 snaps of being a total away from 70.
Yeah.
You know? You wonder what that line is, right? Like, hey, if we say 70 to 80 and you play 67, you're going to get asked the question.
But see, like, and it's not even that. It's not even like that, Brett. To me, I'm just more trying to get ahead of, like, the offense and defensive stuff because he's not going to play all offense, all defense.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a play where someone's going to ask, well, why isn't he out there on offense or defense? Yeah. Right? So I'm trying to get ahead of that because this is going to be unheard of in the NFL because you're going to have media members now questioning roster management and starting spots because he wasn't out there for a rep on a play. Like, that's going to be – I assume it'll be a local narrative, but it's definitely going to be a national narrative because, like, the national experts are just waiting. Like, either one of two things is going to happen from the national standpoint, and it's going to be good for them both. Either Travis Hunter is going to come out, take the league by storm, all-pro, ratings go up, Jaguars on primetime television, and all we're talking about every single day at Open ESPN is Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Or the Jaguars get off to a rough start, which could happen, and then they're going to be questioning, well, why aren't they using him here? Why aren't they using him in that situation? Like, mark my words, it's going to be a thing, and I think the way to get out ahead of that thing is to establish a precedent of here's how many reps he's going to get. If you want to question it, look to what I said, and let's move on.
Yeah, I think it's a good point, man. I think I think this is a smart regime. I think they do have a plan. I think there's some debate, and probably internal debate, whether you should voice it or not. I think that both arguments, your argument's a very good one in my opinion. I think they would bring up some other things that would maybe we're not even thinking about that would suggest that, okay, this is why we won't do it, at least in the early going, see how it unravels. But I think what you bring up is a really good point of all of them. We don't know just yet. And we don't have a lot of experience in Jacksonville. And quite frankly, the league doesn't have a lot of experience in this. What kind of animal this is going to be across the football world in terms of this conversation. That's the animal. The conversation of, are they doing it right? Should he be playing here more? Should he be doing that? Because it is so unique. And we in Jacksonville really haven't had that very. You know, I mean, if you're in Dallas, you know the animal's coming about everything you do,
of course.
Right? Or the Giants or somebody else. And then you can figure out how to deal with it. This is somewhat new territory that I also don't know if we even know. We can try to say it's going to be big, but I don't know how big we even know it's going to be until it actually arrives. And while it's arrived a bit, it really starts to arrive on September 7th against Carolina. Let's take a break. Brent and Austen Show, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network. And got a lot more football. We have some conversations, by the way, with Parker Washington. Also with Johnny Wolford. Also with Ventro Miller. Ventro Miller's an interesting guy on this football team. Got a lot of snaps, made some plays the other day. Where does he fit into all of this for the Jaguars? Do the Jags know what they have next to Foye Oluokun, quite frankly? Or is that as much of a mystery as the running back situation here in Jacksonville? We'll talk a little bit more about it. Jags get off the practice field. They leave for Miami this afternoon. We'll be down there in Miami the next few days leading up to the final preseason game on Saturday on Fox 30. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you look good, you feel good, and the medical professionals here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics are here to make you feel your best. I'm on camera every week, and I have a confession to make. I'm not always confident in my appearance. Can you see my dark circles? Is my makeup highlighting my fine lines instead of covering them up? I question it all. So when I found out about the wide variety of procedures here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics, I knew help was just one appointment away. Medical Director Dr. Megan Deacon Casey and her board-certified physicians have been using the latest in cutting-edge technology for the last 10 years, giving men and women their personal confidence boost. From Botox, fillers, Morpheus 8, and so much more. The hardest part was figuring out what I needed. Thankfully, the medical team walked me through what would work best for me through a free consultation. Come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2, empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3, don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
We got a 10-year-old on the field, 10-year-old on the field. Boom! Oof. Get him out of here. Take him down. Kim, can we see it again? I mean, it's the spinal decompression from behind right there. Form tackle, boom.
Gosh. By the way, you got to be careful if you're the tackler there. Watch your neck.
Go. Kid, keep your head on a swivel, man. Got to always watch your 6.
I mean, what are we doing?
With?
Kind of everything here.
Okay.
Like parents.
Sure.
What are we doing? Kid, you've been watching too much TV. Stop being an idiot.
Why are the security guards wearing hard hats? Is what I wanted to know.
I know. What was that? No, that might be a guy that's
like
down
Padres.
the line for baseball. Because of the baseball.
Oh, okay.
And then, lastly, like,
kid's got some wheels, but
it's a 10-year-old kid.
Got a little cocky.
You got him.
Boom.
You got him.
Yeah, set a precedent, Brent.
I think like people really have done that too, right? The security folks, they're like, I want to go deliver the big hit.
Oh yeah, trying to go viral.
See, the kids out there, this is what social media has done. The kids out there because of social media.
Yeah.
And now the security guards are laying the wood because of social media.
So this was kind of what I wanted to get into a little bit. How doesn't this happen more? Because when you think about kids now that just like stream, and like the big stream thing is basically they stream like their daily lives. You mean to tell me there's not kids out there, and I'm not trying to give any ideas, but I'm sure it's been thought of before. You mean to tell me there's not kids out there with streams that aren't even baseball fans or football fans, whatever sport you want to say, that are just going to go, hey, fam, this is the kid talking, not me, obviously. Hey, what's up, fam? I'm going to storm the court, storm the field, in the 6th inning or at halftime. Check me out. Like,
that's probably what that was.
But how has that happened more?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we should do it just on behalf of the Brent and Austin show. Be like, hey, what's up, Brent and Austin fam? Know you guys are a little bummed about the Park and Washington stuff, but check this out. Gonna run on a field at halftime. Watch what I do next. Like, how isn't that more of a thing?
I don't know. Maybe I'll make it a thing on Saturday night. Okay, and forget damn the second half broadcast.
Brent's gonna be, I mean, don't go full naked. Like look a little like, thong will be fine. Thong is fine. But then put like I'm sorry Parker or something like on your chest and paint, and then just run around, man. Yeah,
you can do it once.
Do it once. Yeah. And then it's back to the press box you go.
Oh, back to the press box. I don't think I'll be back to the press box. Like I said, you can do it once.
I'll take it from here then, Brent. I got it.
You guys got the rest of this.
I'll take it from here. Yeah.
What are we doing, though? Like, you think his parents put him up to it? Kiwatofu says,
Nothing would surprise me at this point.
I mean, I'm assuming, like, seriously, that kid looked like he was about 12.
He was 10. I think.
Oh, he was 10. They said he was 10.
I don't know. Like, this is just rumors on Twitter. But everyone's saying that he's 10 years old. But that's my son out there.
This was in San Diego.
Correct.
So you think
we're taking the roadblocks away for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Gonna say goodbye to the roadblocks for a little bit.
San Diego's a little different, a little laid back. And around
that
the ballpark,
there's
plenty of people that like live around there because we were there last year. So there's plenty of there's housing. Now, it doesn't really, it seems more business housing, like business people more than kids living. Mm-hmm. But is there a chance you could literally walk from some of the housing to the park? So is this kid with his buddies, 10-year-old buddies at a game? Or is he with his parents before he does this?
Brent, how many 10-year-olds are going to a baseball game?
That's what I'm saying.
Themselves?
It's like you can literally walk
with
there. It's not like you have to take a subway.
No, man, but like if I'm a parent, like I'm in San Diego, and I've been to San Diego. Very chill, very cool.
Yeah.
Like I love that city. One of my favorite cities in the country.
Good city.
Great city. But like, what parents can let their 10-year-old just go by themselves or with some friends that are like around the same age to a baseball game. Like, there's no way.
What parents are going to let the dude run out on the field?
Well, maybe they went to get like the concession stands. Like a lot of things could have happened there.
You didn't see that part. Like that part wasn't. On
No,
the story.
that wasn't disclosed, obviously. But like, there had to be an adult present, or at least in the stadium when it happened.
Yeah.
Now, whether they were by the child or not, who knows? But
yeah, that part's. I want to know now a little bit how this all went down.
Of course,
because first of all, if the parents are there's no different than that parent sending him to the game by himself.
Yeah.
What usually when you do this, you get arrested, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like almost every, if you run on the field, I think you get arrested.
I think you get thrown in the slammer for a little bit,
for like either a few hours or maybe even a night,
like a trespassing or something.
Yeah,
right. You probably got to pay a hefty fine.
What happens to a 10-year-old kid? Same thing.
Take the roadblocks away. Take the roadblocks away. Take the comment away. That you just cost yourself 2 weeks. And then see what he does. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're not gonna you're gonna put him in.
Yeah, I don't think
you're gonna put him in prison.
Right. Yeah.
You gonna put him in San Quentin, Brent? What are we doing? What do you want to do to him?
I'm asking. I'm like, what?
No,
happens?
you're not gonna put him.
Are the rules different?
I think they have to be different. Yeah.
Banned for life.
For a couple years.
If I was the kid, I'd just be like, hey, I thought this is where you were supposed to go to run the bases.
Yeah.
In the 5th inning.
Did I tell you about my son running the bases at well, I call it Miller Park, but it's American Financial.
Oh, after the game?
Yeah.
They had that day?
Dude slid and almost took out one of like the security people because like he took it seriously. You know, the kids are just kind of like,
oh, yeah.
Ronan literally like, this was like game 7. World Series on the line, and he ran the bases like that, and like he was like passing kids, and then he got to home and he slid, and he almost like hit the dude like that was by home. No, he's fine.
Oh, okay,
what
they were cool with it.
I guess so.
Sliding?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there with it. My mom was with him.
That's awesome.
And then they got Andrew Vaughn's autograph too. So a fun day. Yeah,
he
he
just landed on the fact that it was like run the bases after the game.
So here's what I think. Like I haven't talked to him about it but I know because he's my son, so I know what he was thinking at that moment. He's 10 years old. I guarantee he was thinking that there was like Brewer scouts watching. And I guarantee he thought, if I run these bases as hard as I can,
they're
and I slide into home, they're going to notice. I'm going to be on the radar. And one day, this is him thinking, not me, I'll get a scholarship to play for the Milwaukee Brewers or something like that. Or like the farm system. And yeah, it'll be good to go.
That's pretty fun.
They don't do scholarships.
By the way,
though,
Mom,
sorry.
Mom, she had to hang in there for the whole thing. She didn't just take Ronan to the game.
Yeah.
Right? With your mom?
Yeah.
She had to stay through the whole 9 innings and after for the running of the bases.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mom got there early before the game, before batting practice for the autographs, too.
Wow,
Mom.
Autographs. I mean, you got to get your mom something nice.
Grandma loves it, man. Grandma loves spending time with them. She was all about it.
That's a long time at the ballpark.
Yeah.
She a baseball fan?
Not
really.
I mean, she follows the Brewers a little bit, but not like hardcore.
That's a long time for.
Yeah, but hey, that's part of being a grandma. You know, spoiling them and everything. Like,
I guess
Brent wants me to buy her like a Tiffany's necklace or something. Like, hey,
I don't know about that.
It's gonna be a text message saying thanks for your service.
Maybe we'll send her flowers.
Thanks for your service. Show. Yeah, thanks for giving him 2 pounds of candy. Now I have to like try to wean him off that. The kid's addicted. I can't wait till I'm a
grandparent. You're putting a lot of onus on your mom.
No, I'm just kidding. No, because that's part of being a grandparent. Like, you know, she spoils them.
The candy too.
Dude, I can't wait till I'm a grandparent one day. Oh, man. Like, everything that I preached as a father goes out the window as a grandfather. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what everybody says. I don't understand that line of thinking.
What do you mean?
Like, my mom will say it all the time, too. It's like donuts all over the play, all this stuff. It's like, we didn't get any of that. Like, I don't fully understand where that comes from the grandparents.
Because
I know they don't have to deal with the aftermath.
Of course, that's a big plus.
Are they just trying to like be? Is that the cool factor of like, hey, I know the 10-year-old probably doesn't want to hang out with a 65-year-old or whatever, how old your grandparent might be.
Yeah.
And so therefore you got to like spoil them, or you just excited to see kids at that age that you really just want to spoil them. But it's like every grandparent seems to do it.
No, I just think like if I look through like the chain of command from like my grandparent, because like my mom grew up in a very strict household.
Yeah.
You know, like her parents were farmers and everything. Like, and then I come along and I get spoiled rotten. You know, like I say spoiled. My grandma spoiled me. My grandpa, no.
No.
but my grandma spoiled the crap out of me, right? So then I think it just comes down to this, Brent. I think like when you become a grandparent, it's having confidence in your parenting skills. Like I think my mom spoils my son rotten because she knows she raised a great like parent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, I get my parenting skills from my mom. So I think my mom's confident in what she instilled in me, that she can get away with spoiling Ronan because she knows like she did a good job with me.
That's interesting.
And that's what it's all about, right? Like I'm trying to be a great dad to Ronan. I'm trying to teach him the proper ways, right? We're not gonna get spoiled. You know, there's a certain line of rules and everything. And then one day, if it happens, if Ronan has kids, then yeah, I put it in cruise control and I go to spoil mode because I know I've given Ronan the skills needed to be a great parent. Wow. And I'm going to have a book coming out, Brent, pretty soon.
That sounds like it. That was pretty deep.
Parenting 101.
Kim, you're going to spoil the heck out of your grandkids?
If I'm still alive.
Well, you should be.
Come on, Kim.
I mean, Kim, you're like
That's a faith.
40.
Yeah, 42.
Like, yeah, I think you can do that.
Yep.
I'm kidding. Yes, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, to not be alive, your kid's going to have a kid when she's like 40. I guess, which is possible.
Which is possible, yeah.
I mean, I was 37 when I had her.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be all right. I don't know.
It's a
Like, I've
circle of
never
life,
thought
Brent.
about it. I don't know if it's like a thought about thing. Like you said that, and I'm like,
Well, I've never thought about
but
it.
I know
till
like
this
everybody
day.
else like does. They just do it. Why before I'm going to be a cool grandparent, bumping little boozy. My grandkids going.
You got to YB 400. Like, name one. I'm sure it's out there, and I feel sorry for these kids. Are there grandparents that are actually like more strict, like, you know, later in life that try to like shut stuff down?
You know, it's funny you say that. I don't remember. Like, I don't remember my grandparents just like spoiling us.
Okay.
Now, I'll also say this: they had a lot of grandchildren.
Oh, okay.
All right, so it wasn't like one
Warm,
or
thin,
two or
yeah.
4 or 5. It was like 20.
Oh, I was the only one for
Yeah,
a
so
good
that
6, 7
I think
years.
that changes it, right? I think that does change it. So,
Okay.
but I also do remember being like, I remember when you'd get yelled at or scolded by your grandparents, because it kind of
Yeah,
came at a
yeah.
different tone because it wasn't
Oh.
normal,
True.
right? So when
true.
you're like, it's almost like, wait, you can't talk to me like that. You're not my mom. You know what I mean? Like it kind of comes off that way because 90% of the time you at least, like my level of spoiling was you got like a hard candy or a
Werther's
gumdrop or
original?
something, you know?
A Werther's original, because
Yeah.
every
or you had
grandparent.
ice cream at 11 o'clock at night, or you
Dude.
stayed up a little bit later, right?
There's got to be a documentary where the grandparents get the hard candies from. See, that's why I'm excited too to be a grandparent. Once again, I hope I do. I'm not no pressure on my son or anything. He's 10, so we got some time. But like that's what I'm looking forward to maybe more than anything of being a grandparent is like when I get initiated into the group of grandparents where I find out where all the hard candies come from. Because every grandparent has got loose hard candies in their pocket, or you know, if you're a female, or a male, whatever, but you know, a purse or some kind of satchel. Like there's always hard candies in there.
That's true.
And it's not like
Is
a
that
bag.
still
It's
a
just
thing?
it's got to be a thing. I should ask my mom this.
Does she have them?
I feel like she's probably got some hard candies.
But I guarantee you my mom's got them.
The
Yeah.
strawberry ones with the soft center, those were the jam.
Yeah, where do I've never seen a commercial for them. Where do you get those? There's got to be like some kind of like underground like grandparent network
It is a different
where
kind
once
of
you
hard
become
candy.
a grandparent, like some people in some briefcases show up one day, like, all right, here's your hard candies. Congratulations
Somebody
on being
said
a
something.
grandparent.
Never forget. They said something like I think it was never forget my grandparents gave me brownies and ice cream, and my mom picked us up, and she was always so mad.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like because I do think like the moms get mad at it,
Yeah.
right? Because
Hammy-
I got to deal with it.
Hammy's burner talking about the switch. Oh yeah, I got the wooden spoon, which that was a thing. But then like the beauty of it is like I get the wooden spoon and then you make like chicken noodle soup with it. You stir it around in the pot.
Yeah.
That
Now
same
that's
day.
interesting. Hammy's burner said more about women's care for my grandma than my parents.
Dang!
I think that's an all or nothing type of thing. Mm-hmm. And it depends like how you're raised and where. And sometimes grandparents end up raising the kids a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I don't know everybody's situation, but I think that can happen too. That's
that could
I
be
have not thought about that at all, and I'm probably closer. Well, I am closer
Brent,
to it
yeah,
than
you
any
gotta
of you guys.
You got to get on this,
I'm
man.
kind of like, hey, when I'm done with my kids, I'm done with my kids at this stage. Like, I don't really have to worry about your kids. Like, I'm going to play golf and on vacation.
Brent, so you're
So
not.
I'm not sure I'm going to be the greatest granddad.
So are you telling me you're not excited to be a grandparent?
Hadn't thought about it until right now.
Until right now, yeah.
Like
So,
in my
that's fair.
life ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
You mean to tell me you're not excited for those secret underground meetings where all the grandparents meet and get like new candies?
Yes. Now, I hope I get invited
Illuminati
to
of candies.
Yes. Hopefully I get invited to that.
Oh, bro, you're there, man.
Yeah.
You're there.
Villages, here I come.
You're there.
That's the central headquarters. That's the headquarters for the hard candy meetings.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Grandparents, man.
There's a special kind of Costco over there at the Villages where they probably get the hard candies and they get a hell of a price on it. That's my interpretation.
Oh, that could be the truth.
Do you know now there are like over 200,000 people, I think, that live in the Villages?
Really? My ex-in-laws live there.
Really?
Well, they have like a home there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Rowan always goes to visit him. He talks about it's kind of a strange place. I'm like, how so? He's like, well, everyone's on golf carts, and there's like everyone is like hanging like flags from their golf carts. I'm like, oh, you mean like Georgia or Florida? No. I go, okay. I got it. I get it. Hey,
like pineapples.
Yeah, that could be that.
Bad. They're hanging fruit
Oh man.
from the side of their golf cart.
Brent, that could be a show though. You know, like an on the street thing where like, what's in we interview grandparents. What's in your purse? What's in your pocket in terms of candies?
That's not a bad idea.
There
I
you go.
actually thought you were about to say like the Villages should be a show,
Well, I mean,
and it easily could be a show. Like it's not. I don't
how
know.
isn't
maybe
that a reality? I'm sure it
Have
is.
they already
Right?
done one?
There has to be like a reality TV show with the Villages people.
I know, like Steph's parents. They come down to Florida. They go on like down in for a few months to the Sarasota area, Inglewood. But a lot of their friends have gone to the Villages too. That they used to, be down that area. But they'll say like it's too busy at the Villages.
Yeah,
like Steph's grandparents will say, it's just two villages, not too much, too busy. I mean, it used to be like, I think there used to be 100,000 people there like 10 years ago. That old community, that whole idea of it. And I thought I heard there's like 240,000 people now in the Villages.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Hey,
it's golf carts galore, meaning golf cart accidents galore.
So to bring this a little off topic, but to bring it full circle, Brent, because we started with the video of the kid getting tackled.
I thought you were going to tell me Parker Washington's grandparents are at the Villages.
No. To bring it full circle, though, so I guess someone just sent this. There was like a couple of kids that ran on the field that game, like between the game. So there was there was more than one incident during that game.
From kids.
This
is a neighborhood thing.
So now it's maybe going to be a thing, yeah. I mean, if people are throwing stuff, at, WNBA games, like, what's to stop a kid from running on a baseball field?
Yeah, I mean, in a weird way, it seems harmless, but it's also like, come on, right? I would like to know how that kid got there by himself. Like, what the parent check should be pretty high on this one.
I mean, given this kid an ocular pat down, it looks like they were also probably like, I would say 11 or 12 years old. They look pretty young in this video.
Couple of them. All right, let's take a break. Brent Austen Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. We have some conversations with Jags. We'll tell you the latest on the Jags as well. I had a thought or two more on Anthony Richardson, who was obviously a pretty big topic the last couple of days. Yeah. And think about it this way. Here's my question, and we'll get to an answer. Did he make a mistake coming out of college when he did? Easy to say in hindsight, but he's a top 5 pick. So how do you compute that? Brent Austen Show on a Wednesday. Head off to Miami today and practice tomorrow for the Jags game Saturday night on Fox 30. We'll have countdown to kickoff at 6:30. Post-game show right after. Action Sports Jax primetime. After that, there'll be a lot of in-game interviews as well with what we feel like most of the backups will be playing in this game, fighting for the final 53.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Save 10% off any water heater, plus no trip charge. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. For a limited time, CGC is waiving the trip charge on all related plumbing calls. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jags Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet.
Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table.
Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
So, should the Jags trade Parker Washington?
Round 2.
Round 2, yeah. Yeah, Brent Martineau Austen Lane. That is Parker Washington, who's having a heck of a camp. I mean, really, the bottom line is, as we did say yesterday, star of camp, I think, on the offensive side. He's just been so good. How many snaps can they find him in the regular season? And how much a big part of the puzzle will he be for Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen? I think is fascinating to try to figure that out. And that's a good problem to have, by the way. When you got 4 guys, you want to get on the field and get them the football, and that's really the case. What they do after the 4 spots is pretty interesting because I don't think anybody is completely satisfied with what they've got. A lot of times at the receiver position, that 5, 6, 7 receiver, Feels like they're fighting for whether it's one spot, depending if they keep 5, or 2 spots if they keep 6. I don't really get that vibe. I know Cephas has had some nice moments. Each guy has had a thing or two you like. You can kind of like your own player. But I don't know if there's anybody wowing. It's like, wow, they got to make the team. I really think the 5th receiver spot for the Jags could be something they solidify when roster cuts are made, with maybe a veteran player of some kind that can give you value on special teams, and somebody that go get that contested catch or whatever else. They don't really have that jump ball guy in their receiving room, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't label even. I mean, Brian can go fight for one, but he's not your true jump ball kind of guy. So they don't have that. If you think they need that, and if they can find that, I think they'll go get it on the street.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad call, right? I think Liam Cohen's going to have an idea of, obviously, when the final cuts come out, of there's a certain guy that he's looking for that they don't have, you know? And I think, who was the dude that was here for like a couple years, it seemed like? Was it Colin Johnson was the tall receiver?
Colin Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, like, because people, I think, were excited about him just because he looked different, right? Like, he's something the Jaguars didn't have. And, yeah, I mean, if you need a red zone threat, a jump ball guy, you know, there's a guy out there in free agency after the cuts, then, yeah, I can see James Gladstone going after somebody.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do. I'm going to get to Anthony Richardson in just a moment, but before we do that, let's get to Olivia Tassley catching up with Parker Washington yesterday after practice and see what the star of camp has to say about what he's been able to do in year 3 of his NFL career with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's had a heck of an August.
Is there something in the water that you're having, or what's going on for you that you're having such a good camp?
Just taking it one play at a time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's been my main focus. Like, whatever happens in whatever play I'm in, as soon as it's completed, I take a deep breath and just go to the next play.
Did you change something this offseason for your routine, or are you sticking to it?
Sticking to it. I would say I've been same trainer since middle school. I would say we've been really ironing out what that offseason looks like, and it's really been paying off for me. And like I said, I've just been trusting the process, trusting him, and just having fun with it.
Yeah. Do you feel like this has been your best camp yet?
I would say this has been my best camp. I felt like, just as far as just being comfortable and understanding what I'm getting myself into, I would say it's year 3. I would say I feel like it needs to be better each year. So I feel like you have to take those steps, and it's been fun to see those steps being made.
Yeah. Is part of that because of this Liam Cohen offense? Do you feel like you're clicking better with it?
I feel like, well, first of all, I do love the offense, but I can't just say that's just the only reason. I feel like just being in this position to be able to take these steps going into year 3 and enjoying it and just having a better mindset as I approach. I feel like this team is embracing, even with this new offense, new defense. I feel like we're all just embracing and having fun with it, and you can see the competitive juice out there each and every day.
Yeah, for sure. Is this one of the harder offenses you've learned?
We could talk about that. I feel like it's a lot of moving parts, but like once we see plays that are clicking and that we're coming together on, we see that this offense can go a far place.
Mm-hmm. You're one of the most tenured receivers for Trevor, as far as, you know, being the guy in the locker room for the last 3 years with him. What have you seen out of Trevor these last 3 years? Have you seen something change in him to this offense now?
I feel like with this offense, he's so much more comfortable. He's confident, and he's leading us. I would say he's always led us through these first 2 seasons, but this year I just feel like he's more comfortable and having fun with it, and he's just each play, each rep, he just said, let's go make plays, and it's been fun to see. And when we do make those big plays, it's real cool.
I mean, you have a highlight reel by now, right?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's still a lot of work to do, of course, but it's definitely been fun to be able to make plays for 16 and all the other quarterbacks, whether I was with the 1s, 2s, 3s, no matter. It's just been fun. I feel like it's just been cool to see this offense come together and how we're growing together.
Yeah, how important are those reps with the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, and just plug and playing wherever you can go?
I feel like for me, it's just because learning each position is most important. You don't want to just be glued into one. You know, you want to be versatile. So I feel like that's helped me being able to get outside reps where Z, X, and then of course playing in the slot at F. So it's been real cool. I would say I love being able to move around. I feel like that's always been a thing that I've always wanted to show, and it's been cool to be able to present.
Where do you feel like you need to go as a player?
I just need to continue to just stay focused, and like I said, I feel like I've took steps of just having the right mindset, staying positive, and no matter what's going on, no matter what the results are, just going into the next play and just continue to finish through the whistle. I feel like I need to take steps in that way, and like I said, just be ready for the opportunity. I feel like that's been my whole career, just having to be ready for the opportunity. So I feel like the focus is just staying ready, continuing to work, and just being my best self.
He's a fun guy. That's something that's that was interesting what he said right at the end there, right? Be ready for the opportunity. He knows he's not going to be out there on every snap and but he's almost like a backup quarterback in that sense, where you got to be ready to go and go ready to make plays. And I think he's kind of trained himself that way in the NFL so far. And other times he's got more chances because of injuries to Christian Kirk or whatever else. But he's funny. Plays with a smile, man. He's always with a smile. And had the same trainer since middle school?
That's wild.
How unusual is that?
Who has trainers in middle school?
Well, nowadays I think.
I guess.
But I'm just saying the loyalty there as you go and he went to Penn State. You'll run into somebody at a super high level, with all due respect to his middle school trainer, maybe a high-level middle school trainer. But then you run into the NFL. Like, somewhere along the way, you know how this works, right? Guys talk to each other. Hey, come on over to Pensacola with me. Come to South Florida with me.
Yeah.
But that's pretty interesting how loyal he stayed to his trainer, and that trainer must be pretty darn good, and he's bought in.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, I think if you find something that's working, right? So you would assume this trainer got him to Penn State, and then he got him to the league. So, yeah, I mean, I can see where there's loyalty there. If you felt like, you've definitely maximized, I guess, in terms – I mean, I assume it's like a weight room and a speed train. I don't know.
Well,
whatever.
I might ask him a little bit more about it.
Yeah, ask him about it. But, yeah, I mean, whatever it is, obviously he feels comfortable with it, and more power to him.
He said something else, Austin. I know we haven't really talked about this too much, and I'll be honest with you. I've heard this now from several players, and I don't really know how to fully envision what it is or what it looks like. And so when we have a hard time articulating it to you, then I don't usually bring it up too much.
Okay.
But what he said about Trevor Lawrence, I've heard from several people. Trevor's always been a leader in their room. But people have noticed a different form of Trevor so far.
Okay.
And the different form sounds like what he just said, and I marry it with what other people have said, where it's a kind of a looseness, a little bit more willingness to just go, hey, have some fun with the guys in the locker room type thing. And I get the sense that, hey, he's always leader, respected. We see his talent. We like how he goes about his business. But it wasn't like cutting up with guys in the locker room or things like that as much as he's now doing. And again, it's just an observation, hearing it. We're not seeing it. We're never going to really see it. But I guess when you're in the room, it always feels like the quarterbacks are different anyway, right? Or are they hanging
there's a
out
double standard. No, there's
next to your locker,
no, I mean,
screwing around like your other defensive linemen?
Well, no, obviously they're not doing that. There's a double standard, right? You're the general, you're the leader of the team. So when you have those responsibilities, there's a certain way that you have to act. And you don't have the luxury of every other player to act like them. You kind of have to be above and beyond. But I think if we're talking about Trevor Lawrence and what has changed, it's the confidence, right? Where, it's such, yes, it's a physically demanding position, but playing quarterback, it's such a mental position as well. And I think as soon as you lose that confidence, your skills start to follow. And I saw it firsthand with Blaine Gabbert, who wasn't ready to go in when he was called upon because he didn't have any idea it was going to happen. We didn't know it was going to happen. And it's set him up for, a career now where he's a backup and he's making great money and he's been on a lot of teams. But I think it could have went so differently if he would have had a little more of a notice and a little more time to refine his skills and prepare and be comfortable and have that confidence to lead a team. Like, it's one thing, like, imagine you're at your job, right? This is a 9-to-5, whatever job you're listening from or that you do. And, you come into the job and you're learning on the go and you're learning how to do it and everything. And then all of a sudden the boss, the corporate CEO flies in and goes, hey, guess what? Now you're the manager. Okay. You're not going to say no because it's a great opportunity. You're not going to say I'm scared because you want to keep on, following through with your job. But you're going to be a little taken back by the situation. You're going to be like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. So now you have to put on a straight face and try to be a leader for your team, even though deep down you know, man, I don't think I'm ready. And that's the way that it goes, right? So that's where confidence comes in. Not saying that Trevor Lawrence was never ready. Like, let's be honest. I think even more than Blaine Gabbert, like Trevor Lawrence was brought to Jacksonville with the expectation, you're the starter day one.
Yeah.
You have to be our savior and everything. And maybe some of that wasn't fair to appoint him of that so early. But now I just think that he has a new coach that maybe he relates to him a little more. Maybe he understands the quarterback psyche a little more. Whatever the case may be, but it just seems like Trevor's a lot more confident now and maybe a little more at ease than he has ever been at before.
Well, I think you just said something that I thought, listen to even Parker, and again, we've now done a lot of interviews in the last few weeks. I feel like at ease and kind of comfortable and loose are words that come to mind, not just for Trevor, but for this football team. Like, listen to Parker, listen to these guys talk. Where, like I mentioned, I think yesterday, it can get real tight with expectations and other things. And that might just be a new regime that kind of hasn't had the scar tissue. But I actually think it's deeper than that. I think the reason why this new regime is making hay with this team is not just because they are smart or have a scheme or no offense or whatever. It's because they are very relational. Like, their relationships that they are building in the building are valued by the players. That relational experience. More so, I think, than where a lot of guys that have been here in the past the last few years, and that goes all the way back to Urban for some of these guys, including Trevor. I'll give you one other thing about it that just makes some logical sense to me about Trevor, why he might be able to be a little bit more loose at this time, kind of fun. I mean, he's 25 years old. He's a dad now, all those things. When he got into the league, he's a 21-year-old, 22-year-old that knows that he has to be the leader of the football team. The difference between being a leader of a football team at Clemson when you're 21 years old, you're older than a lot of the guys. The tough part about a quarterback walking into a room is that a lot of those guys are 30, 31, 32, 29, 28. They're older than you. They've got 4 kids. They've got whatever. It's hard to be kind of just like yourself as you're trying to act like, and he's always he's a mature guy. He's well beyond his years. So a lot of that even comes natural to him. But I think you're always trying to be that mature guy early in your career as you're this leader of these kind of older guys. Like, that's a tricky part for any quarterback, not just Trevor, but for any young quarterback. So maybe now at 25 years old, he's in the same age group as a lot of these guys, or older than a lot of these guys. Maybe that's a more comfortable thing to kind of just let loose. And I don't know. But Liam might be more similar to Dabo. I think there are some more similarities to Dabo. The thing about what everybody throws in, Doug had the boys in prison, or Peterson or Urban, like, I felt like Doug was, again, Doug's been in the room. I don't feel like Doug was this personality that wouldn't just let loose sometimes. But maybe, again, in that building, Doug kind of got tight with everything that was going wrong as well and lost some of that relational part of it. But when Doug got hired, I thought he'd be a relational guy, like guy you go play golf with, go have a beer with, that guy, right? And by the end of it, it doesn't feel like that.
So once again, and this is just from the outside view, right? Because I wasn't in the locker room a lot with Doug and Trevor. I'm certainly not in the locker room like right now with Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence. I feel like when Doug Peterson was here with Trevor Lawrence, it was more of there was a chain of command. I'm the boss. You're not living up to your expectation. I'm not happy with you.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, that was kind of the relationship. Now, once again, maybe that's not what it was like behind the scenes, and maybe Trevor Lawrence would tell a different story. Just from what I gauged in press conferences, from what I gauged in preseason and everything, it just seemed like, I'm Doug Peterson. I know what a great quarterback looks like. Here's the expectations. You aren't living up to those expectations, so I'm going to feel a certain type of way about it. With Liam Cohen, it almost seems like, hey, man, we're in this together. Like, I need you to be, a great quarterback because it helps me, and you need me to be a great play caller and help you out because it's going to help you. It almost seems like it's a partnership as opposed to a CEO and then, a manager. It feels like it's like two CEOs working together.
I think that's a good call. That's a good way to put it.
And that's the way it should be.
It's the way it feels.
Yeah.
For sure. William, I think, says something pretty good here. Doug didn't strike me as one who encouraged others. It was like swim at your own risk type of mindset. And I think you're kind of right there. I think his always talked about this with Doug. He has an expectation level of what it should look like in the NFL because, quite frankly, he's been to the mountaintop in Philly, but he's seen the mountaintop from the quarterback view specifically, being around Brett Favre and Dan Marino and other players like that. He's seen the mountaintop. And he's also seen, like, even the coaching mountaintop with, like, Andy Reid. Yeah. And so when you've seen it there, you're like, everybody should be here. Like, you walk into the league and you should be here. Or 3 months into being in the building, you should be here. Rather than always being the guy to help get them there, right?
No, without doubt.
And now, naturally, your coach, you're going to try to help others get to a certain spot. But there might have been, to Williams' point, a little bit more like, hey, if you don't get here soon, I'm leaving you behind.
Sure.
Right?
And,
so I get that, and it might have been a little more Doug.
And I think it'll always be one of the biggest mysteries in the NFL, at least for the past 25 years, is how was Doug Peterson able to take Carson Wentz, make him into an MVP caliber quarterback? Yeah. How was Doug Peterson able to take a Nick Foles, who was just a backup, and win a Super Bowl with him? And then, we see what Nick Foles became. He was here. I mean, once again, injuries had nothing to do with him here. We've seen what Carson Wentz is. How couldn't you do the same for Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
It'll be one of the mysteries.
It is. It is a mystery. And only they really know exactly all the things that went into that and dissecting it in the rear view. And heck, I don't even know if some of these players will fully understand it or know it or identify it until they're sitting on a porch someday thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because you're so into the next thing, you don't sit there and think about a lot of that stuff. It does you no good in that sense. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Anthony Richardson, real quick. He might be done in Indy. His agent thinks he's done in Indy or potentially could be done in Indy. I thought his agent was kind of interesting. If you saw some of that, he was basically like, hey, they asked us to do this. He did this, and he still didn't get it. Their thought was like they were going with Daniel Jones from the jump. I don't know if I agree with that, quite frankly, because I don't know if you really want to go with Daniel Jones from the jump. It's not like they brought Aaron Rodgers in to be the quarterback.
Well, this is an agent being an agent. He's defending his guy.
No, I get it.
He's trying to hype his guy up and say, we got done in a disservice here in Indy.
Yeah.
Somebody come save him and bring him to your team.
Yeah, you should want to trade for him.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, I don't know if you could trade. Who wants Anthony Richardson at this point to trade for him, right? Now, maybe a veteran team with like a Rams. Take the Rams. Like, would they do something like that and say, hey, go learn for a little bit? No pressure, whatever. I guess my big question on Anthony Richardson, I asked before the last break, he came out of college and he had very little experience and, quite frankly, hadn't played great at Florida.
Sure.
He was 20 years old, I think. Maybe he was 21 when he got drafted in 2023. Get drafted top 5. A lot of money. Like, it's not like this is one guy that got drafted 33 like a Will Levis or something, and then you said, well, you could have improved your stock if you had gone back. His stock was obviously pretty high. Yeah. Now, I didn't. I was stunned that he got picked top 5. Like, I don't know if anybody thought that was going to happen, but obviously the things they heard,
of course,
actually played out that somebody's going to take you in the top 10. And that really got a lot of steam going by the time the draft had happened, if you remember, around that time. How much does a guy like this get aided in terms of success in the NFL if he stays in college? Or is this a thing that didn't matter and wasn't going to work?
Sure. Like, no, hindsight's 2020. Of
course.
Like, if you're Anthony Richardson's, management and every agent, should you have talked him into staying in college another year? Maybe. But, like, to me, it wouldn't, like, I don't blame Anthony Richardson for what he did.
I don't either.
And I don't blame his agent for saying, let's go to the NFL. Because obviously there's dialogue, there's conversations after the college football season of where your guy could go. And I think it was obvious. They got a first-round grade on him, right? Now, keep in mind what we're talking about with Anthony Richardson. There was no NIL yet.
Yeah, true.
So he wasn't making, like, millions of dollars for being this freak athlete of the Florida Gators. He was getting his scholarship, going to school, and that's about it. So then to say, hey, Anthony, maybe you should actually take it upon yourself to go back another year at Florida, even though you're going to turn down millions and millions and millions of dollars being a first-round pick. Oh, and by the way, heaven forbid, you're more of a dual-threat quarterback, so you might get hurt running the football like you kind of did in the pros. But by all means, go ahead and risk it for the biscuit, get another year and develop your skills more, and then I guess what? You go from being a top 5 quarterback to a number 1 overall pick. The juice isn't worth the squeeze there.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I get it now. And the NIL period, is it different? Sure. Like
That's a good point. I didn't even think about it like that.
Oh, that's the first thing I go to. Because,
Yeah.
look at not Stetson Bennett, who's the cat in Miami now. The guy from Georgia.
Oh, Carson Beck.
Carson Beck, thank you. Carson Beck.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
could
like
have come out last year.
could have came out last year. There was a lot of hype going into last
There was,
preseason, and then it turned out how it turned out. But now, look, you get a couple $1 million riding on a Lamborghini. Okay. Take your time.
Yeah, William Torres says Richardson probably wouldn't have been first round in 24. Why before? He said Bo Nix played a lot. There's a couple of things here. I don't disagree with Austin on this. I'm like, listen, you're holding a lottery ticket, and they're going to pay you $30 million. Mm-hmm. You go and you got confidence in your abilities and everything else. But the reality is, we knew even at that time this was a major question mark. Anthony Richardson's a great young man. Like, it's easy to like and root for. You don't have to be a Gator fan. All right? But the reality is we had a very small sample, and that small sample was kind of mixed on his ability to be a very good quarterback. Now, the hope was, he gets obviously a little older, experience, coaching, all this stuff, put him in. And Indy's not a terrible situation to be in. They've got decent players around him, including a running game.
Correct.
Now, what you can't see coming are the injuries that derail him a little bit in his progress. But it looks like, at least for the time being, unless he gets another chance because of whatever Daniel Jones does, he might be done in Indy. And they're not going to run it back and give him that chance. And he's still only, 23 years old. So there's two questions here. Should he have come out? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's holding a lottery ticket. Why wouldn't you? Well, to have a long, successful NFL career, what then is the best choice? And some have suggested, well, it would have been nice if he went to like a franchise that had already was pretty solid or didn't need him to start right away, or like I'm bringing up the Rams right now. Like, put in that situation, now he can grow even a year or year and a half before he actually starts going into the fire. Sure. Would that have benefited? Well, the bottom line is if you pick him 4th overall, you can't really do that anymore in today's day and age, and very few teams get away with doing that. So I think both answers can be right. If you want the long career, you want the successful NFL career, he needed probably more polish, more playing time at the collegiate level, probably more success. But he was holding a lottery ticket that said, I think every one of us would have been like, all right, let's go.
No, for sure. And, he came out the gates pretty good. Like,
he had some nice moments, right?
And then, obviously, he gets hurt and everything and kind of set him behind the 8 ball. Like, I mean, it's going to be a cautionary tale, right? And I think with the NIL now, like, more quarterbacks will go back to school and get more experience. But, yeah, I can't blame Anthony Richardson for what he did. I guess the question now is will he be traded to go someplace else, and will he get another opportunity to be a starting quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, I was reading something today where they said there were a lot of, who's going to be looking for quarterbacks in 2006. And, anywhere from a Kyler Murray's contract being more, the ability to move on from it, or I think they ended up bringing even up Baker Mayfield if things don't go well this year, or Matthew Stafford who's aging out, or Geno Smith in Vegas. Like, there are a bunch of scenarios where you could have a good quarterback class coming out, and there's going to be still 10 teams that might need a quarterback, potentially that many. And so I don't think he's done. I feel like he's going to get another chance, but he really has to find the right situation. And we know situation plays so much into it. I mean, look at Trevor. Trevor's got more talent than a lot of these guys, and the situation that he's been in, quite frankly, hasn't always been good the first 4 years of his career, and has not, fortunately, derailed him, but it certainly hasn't gotten the best football out of him because of the situation. So, yeah, the thing I look at with Anthony Richardson the most is Josh Allen.
Okay.
I think that's what, if you're in his camp, that's what you try to latch onto and figure out and sell and whatever else. Because the big problem with Anthony Richardson, outside of injuries, is the fact that he's not an accurate passer. Like, he's just not an accurate passer. I think I read something today where he has, like, the I mean, Achilles Smith, Tim Tebow, others have a better pass percentage through 200 career attempts than him.
Sure.
So it's really bad.
Yeah.
Well, Josh Allen wasn't good in that area either early on. He wasn't that great, I think, at Wyoming in that spot, but specifically the first year with the Bills, he wasn't good with that. And they were able to change that. That's one of the most unique things that happened with Josh Allen is now he's a 70% passer. Went from like 54% to 70%. That's really the big thing. I think Anthony Richardson needs to be successful. He needs to go from a 52% passer to a 64% passer if he's going to have success in the league, because then you can be a little dangerous there. You can be consistent, and now you can call a game that does use his legs and his ability. I mean, his ability is unbelievable. It's almost unmatched, but not if you can't throw the ball to the right spot in this league.
No, without a doubt. And I just think with Anthony Richardson, and it was all about the size. And I mean, I think everyone knew going into it, including the Colts, knew it was going to be the boom or bust pick. Either it's going to pay dividends or it's going to backfire in your face. Like, no one was saying, oh, this his floor is. Like, we all knew what the deal was.
That is true. That wasn't a secret.
But I think we got so infatuated with players like Lamar Jackson, players like Josh Allen, where they're these dual threat guys where at least early on in their careers, they relied more on their legs to get them, success. And they see Anthony Richardson, and it's like, okay, well, we got to draft him because if we don't, he could be the next Lamar Jackson. Like, it's almost like the FOMO. It's the fear of missing out.
It is.
I think that's what happened with the Colts. Now, it's not the same physique, but pick a guy like Jalen Milroe then, who has a lot of the traits like an Anthony Richardson. Well, where'd he go?
Physically off the charts.
Yeah,
right?
But he went third round. And I think that's more of the cautionary tale where he wasn't the best passer, right? But, like, he's an athlete. We're not going to risk it for the biscuit. Because there was rumors that he might go first round to Pittsburgh.
You're right.
And it didn't happen. Goes third round, almost fourth round to the Seattle Seahawks. So I think it might set a precedent now where if you don't have the accuracy, and I'm not saying you have to be a statue back there because you still have to be an athlete, but if you're just like this freak of nature who can run the football, like that's not good enough anymore. Like you're going to have to show some kind of accuracy. You're going to have to show some kind of arm prowess.
I like your Milroe comp because he goes to Seattle this year. And I think there have already been some like footage out of like, oh, wow, footage out of Seattle, right? Of like, look at this throw, look at this play. And that's what he's going to give you. But it looks like they're also going to give him time.
Of course.
He's going to go into a situation where let's see where this goes. But you also don't get the expectation of being a top 5 pick to come change it.
Yeah.
And again, some of this is out of the control of Anthony Richardson. It's just the way the league works. Part of having that lottery ticket, well, you ask a lot of people who have a lottery ticket, and sometimes it doesn't always turn out well for them.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's a little bit on Anthony Richardson. You're right. If he would have been a second-round graded guy, one, I think he would have been back to school, got more experience there. And then also, let's just say he ends up getting picked in the later first round or a second round or even a third round, then you get the time that Milroe's going to be allowed from an expectation standpoint to grow into potentially being a quarterback in this league.
Yeah, and make no mistake about it. Like, don't throw Jane Daniels in my face either because Jane Daniels had 40 touchdowns and 4 interceptions his last year at LSU. Passing touchdowns, I mean.
Yeah.
So, like, the guy already knew he had an arm regardless, right, of what he could do with his legs. It's just it's these quarterbacks now that I feel like where they rely more on their legs than their arm, like a Jalen Miller, like a Richardson, where now I feel like they're going to be the cautionary tale where it's like, okay, we can't risk it in the first round, maybe a late second round or a third round project, but we can't rely on this guy to kind of lead our team off the get-go because you have to be able to pass the football as well.
Yeah, so just so to your point, the difference in his full year at Florida for Richardson, where he played 12 games, he was 54% throwing the football, 17 touchdowns, 9 picks. Again, not 40-4. And not that you have to be 40-4, but he wasn't that. He just hadn't shown it. So it was a lot of blind faith from the Indianapolis Colts. Totally combine stuff that really, it felt like the combine boosted him even more based on, that's a little bit of buyer beware once again.
Yeah, because how many quarterbacks go to the combine like, oh, that's the first round grade based off of what? Because you ran a 40-yard dash because you benched? Like, what are we talking about?
You said it, though. I think you said it best. I think there's a FOMO there.
I know,
because what
I
if you
know.
pass up on this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
What if-
hard
what if-
not
yeah.
to take that guy.
Yeah.
And every offensive guy, Steichen, probably Cohen to Peterson to Reed to whoever, thinks if you give me this in a mold, I can make him great.
Oh, there's definitely an ego there.
Right?
Where it's like, you give me this physique with this 40-yard dash time and everything, yeah, I can teach him how to throw a football.
Absolutely.
That's where the ego comes in.
Yeah, no doubt. Brent and Austen Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Hey, if you're looking for something to do for lunch today or dinner tonight with the fam, how about Bono's Pit Barbecue? If it ain't a pit, it ain't legit. Bono'sBarbecue.com. Almost 20 locations in Northeast Florida. Go visit a Bono's today. We'll be back on the Brent and Austen Show on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Hear from Ventro Miller when we come back. And we'll give you an update at the top of the hour on what's happening with the Jags as they get set to go to Miami as well here on a Wednesday.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard Exterior and Gutter Helmet Showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants.
We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter.
Right now, you can get a free Kinetico reverse osmosis system with a purchase of a Kinetico Premier softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Kinetico water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Kinetico dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
Sun's out, suits out. That's right, it's summertime in Florida, which means it's time to say goodbye to bulking season and hello to shredding season. But if you're like me, you're having a hard time sculpting and shaping those final pounds. That is until I came and saw my friends over at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Right now, everyone is hopping on the Evolve X train, and the only destination is finding your perfect summer body. The technology uses electrical muscle stimulation and radio frequency energy to cause your muscles to contract, all while heating up those deep layers of your skin and tissue to produce collagen and reduce fat. It's like doing 1,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. No pain, no needles, just results, right? That's right. So leave those winter layers back at the station and come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, training camp battles about to be in placement because they're going to be battling, along with Kenny Pickett, for the backup role in Cleveland. Right now they have 4 quarterbacks on their roster. One would assume that probably going to take 3. When it's all said and done, I think it's unheard of to have 4 quarterbacks in your active roster.
Yeah.
So then the question comes, okay, well, could you get away with putting like a Sanders or a Kenny Pickett on the practice squad? And I don't think so.
I doubt it.
So this is this whole thing that I'm about to get into stemmed from me Monday evening talking with Pete Prisco about how much he dislikes Nick Mullins. Pete Prisco has gone to the Jason Hamby School of Journalism in terms of hating on backup quarterbacks because Pete Prisco shares a lot of the same philosophies of Jason Hamby in not buying Nick Mullins, right? And one would assume Johnny Wolford probably wouldn't push him for that backup spot. So to appease Hamby and the whole conversation again, and no, we don't have to spend 20 minutes on this conversation or anything like that, but whether it's Kenny Pickett, whether it's Shedeur Sanders, whether it's Dylan Gabriel, one of those guys is going to become available. And knowing what we know about how the waiver wire works is that the Jaguars are going to have close to first dibs on one of those quarterbacks. Would you want to see Nick Mullins get replaced by a Shedeur Sanders, by a Dylan Gabriel, by a Kenny Pickett? Or is there one that sticks out to you more? How are you feeling about it, Brent?
An interesting question.
Backup quarterback.
I thought about this one.
I thought about hand slapped about Parker Washington. So here we go, everybody.
I thought about this one as much as I've thought about being a grandparent.
Yeah. But here's, and I'll preface by saying this. Here's why I think about it a little bit, because the biggest thing about backup quarterbacks is can they win you football games?
Absolutely.
Right? And we told this with Hamby, like there's not a lot of quarterbacks in the league that you can bring in for half of a season at backup and you're comfortable with. Would you be comfortable with a Kenny Pickett, a Dylan Gabriel, or a Shedeur Sanders?
Well, I first of all, I think what's going to happen here is like Pickett's going to be the odd guy out in Cleveland. They invested in Gabriel and Sanders. I don't think they're going to let those guys walk. I would be surprised. They already got the veteran guy in Flacco. They don't need another veteran guy in Pickett.
They also have Watson too, keep in mind.
And they do have Watson kind of hovering around, but out for the year. I think deal there. So the real question here is, to me, is Kenny Pickett an upgrade over a guy like Nick Mullins? It's an interesting time to make that choice because Nick Mullins just went 14 for 17 and actually looked pretty good for the most part the other day. Did have a pick, which also wasn't good, but overall wasn't bad. I don't know how good Nick Mullins is, but I really don't know how good Kenny Pickett is. So I would answer this with no. The reason why the Jags have guys like Nick Mullins and Johnny Wolford was to speak the language. I actually asked Trevor about this on the sideline during the game. And I think they really wanted, this was a key focus for people that knew the system, knew the language, so they could relay it to Trevor as quick as possible and the rest of the offense. And so people got it fast so they could hit the ground running. That was part of the motive behind getting guys like Mullins and others in the building. Now, what you could argue to this point is, okay, well, they've done the job. They've kind of helped tutor him and helped translate the offense and everything else. How much do they need to be in there for the rest of the regular season if you could upgrade the spot? But I still think when it comes down to it, I do the 4-game test all the time on the backup QBs. Do I feel better about Nick Mullins having to come in here for 2 games or a 4-game stretch and try to win me 1 or 2 games? Or do I feel good about Kenny Pickett doing it?
Or, Brent, I'm telling you, Sanders maybe too. Like,
yeah.
Do you think Cleveland was going to want the headache if, like...
Yeah, I think they're okay with it.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you this. If Cleveland doesn't want it, I'm not sure why the Jags would want it.
Or Sanders? Because I think there's a lot of intrigue there.
Yeah.
Like, I think we know what you get with Nick Mullins. You're not sure what you get with Shedeur Sanders. Not saying Shedeur Sanders is going to be playing over Trevor Lawrence, obviously, but I think when you talk about the role of a backup quarterback, it's one of 2 things. And we've talked about this before on the show. Either you bring in like an experienced guy to kind of help your young quarterback out, to bounce questions off of, just another almost like a coach on the sidelines.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Trevor Lawrence is going into year number 5.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's got a pretty good grasp of how it works in the NFL. So you don't really have to bring in like this experienced veteran that's been around a lot of offenses because, well, he's grown up now. It's time to leave the nest, right? You're kind of on your own with that. So then what's the other quarterback? Well, it's the young, intriguing prospect where if your starter, knock on wood, goes out for whatever reason, you can bring this guy in and he can still elevate your team. I think Sanders could do that more than Mullins.
Yeah, I would agree and be intrigued by that. I guess in my mind, I just don't think they're going to give up on a guy they picked in the 5th round right away. I think they're going to give up on Pickett. So I don't think I'll play the game, and if he was available, it becomes fascinating.
Sure.
I don't see them doing it. I'd be okay with them doing it, though, because I think you're right. I mean, he's such the starter, Trevor is, and that, hey, maybe at this time, why not see? Because if you can actually groom Sanders or whatever over the next year, you could even use it as a trade possibility at some point. So, yeah, I just don't think Cleveland's going to do it. If they were to do it, I think it becomes fascinating. I still don't think the Jags would do it. And the reason why is I think they brought Mullins and everybody. They still want the answers in the room.
Okay.
They want the answers in the room, not necessarily to guide Trevor in terms of how to be an NFL quarterback, how to navigate this offense. And when you come up with the problems, they have solutions. Mullins been in it for a few years. Wolford, who knows? I still think Wolford has an edge over Hennigan because of the same thing. I think they want to keep those people around him, at least for this year, to help him onboard the whole complexity of this offense. Do they need to? They would be able to answer that question more than me. Trevor might know it like the back of his hand now and be flying colors ahead of where everybody thought he'd be.
Yeah.
But I do think if you're going to insulate him around there, why not? Like Andre says, Sanders would be a distraction. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. And that's why I think they're going to keep him in Cleveland. I don't think Sanders is a distraction. I don't think it's been that much of a distraction. It's been a topic. And I also don't think people are clamoring in Cleveland for Sanders to play. I think they understand he's a 5th-round pick. I think Flacco probably has looked better and played better overall, and they understand that. At some point, if Flacco doesn't play well, would you say, hey, let's try these guys? We've got 2 young quarterbacks? Absolutely. That's the nature of it. But I also don't think having Sanders in your room, whether it's Jacksonville or Cleveland right now, is a major distraction as people want to paint it. It was a story in the preseason. It was a story when he was drafted. I don't necessarily feel like it's a distraction.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's I guess you answer your own question. Would you bring Sanders in if the opportunity presented itself?
Would I bring him in? Yes, because you put forth what the expectation is going to be. He's a backup quarterback. You do realize that the first preseason game that Shedeur Sanders, did you see the viewership?
Oh, it was great. Yeah, no, I get it.
2 million people tuned in to watch a preseason game in Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, there's the Colorado connection, obviously him and Travis Hunter and everything. But, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't have zero issue bringing Shedeur Sanders in here. I'm confident with Liam Cohen of how he would handle it. I think expectations would be, obviously, he's the backup, right? I think that's kind of the thing right now in Cleveland that they're going through is, okay, Joe Flacco's the starter, but it's for how long?
Yeah.
And then what's the plan going to be? Are you going to take the guy Dylan Gabriel, who you invested a lot more to get earlier on in the draft, or do you take Shedeur Sanders and make him the starter, even though he's I think he's a 5th or 6th round? 5th round pick.
Yeah. So, that's fascinating. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. I do think they're going to keep them both. Again,
Okay.
Pickett. Pickett's done nothing either, right? He's had the hamstring. So, and it's Kenny Pickett. Like
Pickett over Mullins? No, you're
I don't
fine.
see it. See, that's the one where I go back.
Because
and I'm
you
like,
know, Pickett's going to win you football games, right?
Yeah, I think that's here.
Same, yeah.
Right? And also you got a guy that knows the offense, so there's a benefit of that. He's been in the offense. He also has been around these guys, so that to me trumps it as well. And listen, I'm not hating on the backup quarterback like say Pete was Monday. I also just don't mind the backup quarterback situation. I didn't bring this up.
I was going to say, I'm with you because we've talked about this, and I want to get this so Hamby doesn't clip it and be like, well, you guys talk about back. I said, I don't care.
Well, it took until August 20th, not day 2.
Yeah. But I just want to say, like, I don't care about backup quarterbacks either unless there's an option for you to win more football games if that guy had to come in. Yeah. And I agree with you. I think Mullins, Pickett, it's a horse apiece.
Yeah.
I think Sanders, once again, maybe Sanders is going to be worse than Nick Mullins ever, you know, who knows? But it's intriguing. And that's my point that I was trying to make.
I like it. I think it's a decent conversation to be had because somebody is going to get cut. You know, what if Trask gets cut? Interesting, Ryan Williams, right? Been around Liam Cohen. That's an interesting one. Yeah, younger guy kind of fits everything. Yeah. Been around the offense, younger guy. You know, all those things come into a play. Okay, I think that has a little bit more logic to it than maybe the other. I almost brought this up the last couple of days somewhere in the context, so this is a good time to do it. I don't know why it hit me. I've been covering the NFL for a long time, and you kind of know it. But this year, it's hit me much more in the last few weeks of just how, some of this might just because Trevor's looking good too, but how much difference there is between the starter and the backup quarterbacks, number one. Especially if you got a guy that you believe in and think is pretty good like Trevor. And then also just like, wow, the 30 and the 4 versus the top 40 guys playing. I mean, look at Buffalo the other night, right? I mean, they just got absolutely whooped. Look at the Jags in the first half versus the rest of the game. The separation is eye-popping between your starting QB and the backups and really your first 2 teams and your third and your fourth team. Just like a different sport sometimes. And it really sticks out in Jacksonville right now to me, I think, because they look so different. Trevor's 6'6", and you got Mullins and Wolford, and they're like 6'1" on a good day, you know? And it's just amazing. They just look like they're playing a different game, with all due respect to them. And I mean, if you really think about it, it makes sense. I mean, there's just not a lot of great football players that exist to be able to play at this level. So hats off to them to be in the conversation. But, man, the difference is massive. I mean, what we see in a fourth quarter of a preseason game in the first quarter if the ones play.
Yeah.
Whew, it's wild, which also makes it pretty difficult, I think, this time of year to find those final handful of guys that help you and will help you. Because I think there's such a difference. I mean, you take the top 42 guys on a roster and then trying to find those last few that actually are going to help you. And I've heard people talk like this in the past, and I never really thought of it in this context. I think it was a couple of years ago. It might have been, I forget who it was. But they say you got to be careful that those guys who you bring in can actually fit and play and practice. So they're not so outmanned so they get hurt, and then your organization has an injury settlement on its hand. That's the difference sometimes. You got to be careful of that.
Yeah. But how much is an injury settlement?
Well, I'm not saying. I'm just saying they think of that.
I get it.
From a financial business point of view, you actually even think about that.
Sure, yeah.
But that will show you the degree of separation between the top guy on a roster and the last guy on the roster.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty profound. Take a break. Come back. Noon hour ahead. We'll get your top headlines and a couple of things from Daniel Griffiths on the table. I also want to share a conversation with Ventro Miller because I'm curious to see Austin's take on how he thinks he's played and what's going on at the linebacker position. Probably one of the least talked about positions on this football team, but there might be some questions. Scrap House tonight, 7 o'clock. Austen Lane, Casey Kurtz, and look at Kim. She's so good. She made it bigger. Can't even see that bottom part anymore.
I see you, Kim.
I see you working, Kim. No doubt about it. Hey, looking for something to do at lunch? Mason's Famous Lobster Rolls, Durban, Bernardino Beach, or the Town Center. Visit them and get the menu at masonslobster.com. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with a purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, Honda has what you need.
The Honda Talon. Ultimate performance meets family-friendly fun. Prices starting at $363 a month. Or the sporty Honda CBR 650 starting at an affordable $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from a full line of Honda products. Only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
High school football is right around the corner, and here at Action Sports Jacks 24/7, we're bringing in a new wave of high school football coverage, introducing the Blitz Breakdown and the Friday night game of the week. Start your week off right with the Blitz Breakdown on Monday nights, giving you live analysis, interviews, picks, rankings, and more, making it a one-stop shop for high school football in the 904. And don't think we're stopping there, because on Friday nights when the lights get bright, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 will be there with a live game of the week, bringing you some of the best in-county rivalries in the area.
Play as far as you can play do your job, and stay together. Okay, the rest will take care of itself.
Action Sports Jacks 24/7, your home for high school football.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Wow, Ventro Miller for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Made a couple plays in that game the other night. Where does he fit in the linebacker rotation? Just part of the curiosity on this football team. We talk a lot about the running back rotation. How about the linebacker rotation? Brent Martineau, Austen Lane. Casey Kurtz has entered the fray. Chest puffed out
50K
today.
Casey, baby.
Chest puffed out. It's very seldom that Casey walks into just about anywhere with a smile on his face.
That's true.
50K Casey.
I'm usually a pretty angry guy. But
yeah,
life is good, man.
Usually.
Yeah.
Today's a good day as we bring you up to our date on our Republic Services recycled headlines of the day, recyclingsimplified.com. And the headline did the trick for Casey.
Got him.
He said he wrestled with the headline of the Parker Washington tweet for about 7 or 8 minutes.
I did. That's real. Because I basically what I was trying to avoid was what happened. More or less. Like, what I didn't want was for it to come across that Brent and Austin were advocating for a trade of this human, which is not what was happening. So after I finally got to a point where I was like, all right, trade value. Everybody has trade value. You know what I mean? You have trade value. You have trade value. Like,
I hope I do.
We could trade Kim for something. So, like, the point is trade value is a good thing. It's how much you mean to other people, right?
That's right.
And I was like, I feel like people should be flattered to know that a guy that the Jags drafted in the late rounds would have trade value. And everybody called you guys effing idiots.
Get him out of here.
And I was like, oh.
Get him out of here.
Yikes. That's not good.
Yep.
But, yeah.
that happened.
Sorry, fellas. But, not really sorry.
Yeah, man. Like,
by the way,
people are talking.
the guy, to your point, when you talk about value, the people that were happiest of this tweet or conversation, actually not the tweet, should be Parker's agent.
I'm glad you see it that way.
Because
I was worried. That was actually what I was worried about. I just told that to Austin off the air.
Yeah.
What?
Because here's the thing. Don't take this the wrong way, Phyllis. I don't really care if you guys get canceled, right? Like, we're friends, I
don't care either.
I want to see you guys succeed, but, part of me thinks it's funny that everybody hates you right now. So,
well, can we be fair?
Almost 95% of you.
Yeah, you just kind of sat there.
Because Brent asked the question, and then I just answered.
That's true.
Now, if I would have went kind of like that,
you'd be a hero.
Question, I'd be like, oh, Austen Lane for president. But, I feel like I'm still in pretty good graces until I retweeted it. Then I retweeted it, then people got mad at me a little bit. So that's the bullet that I had to bite for Casey.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Doc.
I feel like people are more upset with Brent for even bringing up the topic.
As they should be.
Yeah, I get them.
So, anyway, my big concern after the fact, when I started thinking about it, I was like, oh, man, I hope that Parker Washington, the human, is not mad at Brent, the human. Because, I know there's a relationship there. So that's where I was like, ugh. Yeah, but then I went to bed, and I don't really care anymore.
Well, yeah, when I walk on that team plane today, and if I get bumped into a different aisle, then we'll find out.
Yeah. Guys, so with that being said, Tank Bigsby, obviously a guy that's been playing a lot. I mean, because we can at least get some tweets out of him.
Yeah.
Parker hasn't said anything.
But I do
that's show business, Casey.
That's show
you
business.
You did have
fellas.
me again. I will say it. We said it at the top of the show. I went back and listened to it 3 times, and there was more. I mean, obviously Casey pulls out 2 or 3 minutes from the tweet, and I went back and listened to it multiple times. I'm like, maybe we did imply more. What I got?
No.
I was like, oh no, people don't listen to it.
Nobody listened to it.
They don't listen.
And we've been finished by saying he's going to help out a lot when Trevor Lawrence is playing defense.
Yes.
It's I just if anybody does say anything, I'll be like, did you listen to it?
Yeah.
So here's the other thing. I have the full 10 minutes of it that I was going to put on YouTube.
Might want to.
And I saw, well, here's the thing. I saw the blowback, and I was like, might just want to let this one go.
It's weird to hear Casey afraid. A little afraid.
Not afraid.
He's not. He's afraid for us, I feel.
I guess.
No.
Okay.
Again, I'm fine with you guys getting clowned and canceled and pulled off the air. That's all fine. I didn't want there to be a situation with Brent and Parker Washington, right?
That's very
and now Parker
nice.
Washington, not the biggest wide receiver, probably would kick Brent's ass, right?
Probably. I would hope so.
So I was trying to help you out.
I would hope so.
So I was trying to save what little there may be left there between Brent and Parker, but if you guys are cool with it, I'll put the whole thing
check
up.
my list, see if I'm getting him on the sideline this week.
I bet you won't.
Oh, that would be must.
Well, that's the
TV.
thing. Like, you've had him the first 2 weeks. I'm like, man, I hope Parker's not mad at Brent.
He was Brent's guy that you must watch for game number 1, right?
Yeah.
Against the Steelers. I watched.
And we got him
him
post game.
Everbank something.
Sunday.
What's the read? Everbank something.
Everbank player to watch.
Player to watch.
Everbank, advantage you.
Nice, man.
Thank you.
That one's free,
It's good
Everbank.
practice.
Nice.
So anyway, yeah, no, that was awesome.
Anyway,
That was great, man. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Let's go. Need another one. I would love for you guys to get mad about
Sanders
everything.
going to replace Trevor Lawrence, Brent. We talked about it today.
Yeah, look for that one around 7.
Could you imagine that?
Actually, wait, Scrap House on at 7. Look for that one around 8.
You should do it.
Could you imagine that? I mean, because now we're taking the trending topic of Shador Sanders.
Yeah.
You got the quarterback of Jacksonville, Brent. That's a perfect storm. That's
only-
$100K, Casey.
Between me and you, this will be a good week for impressions.
The people, I will say, like, the people that frustrate me a little bit that blow back on this are the ones like, there's nothing to talk about. I actually thought it was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Like, it was a good conversation on many different levels. Like, that's one, it's like, no, this isn't June where we're just trying to make something up. Like, there are days in our world and cycle that you just try to be like, this one we just actually, we didn't even have it planned. It was like organic.
Of course.
And then it led to really the Travis Hunter part of the conversation, which we've continued a little bit more earlier in the show today. Always go back and listen on the podcast each and every day. It's up at 1:30, Spotify and Apple. Somebody else actually in the message said, are you going to change the EWS on the Apple podcast or something? I have no idea what that even meant. ESW or they threw
Probably
3
not.
letters out.
I would guess we will not.
Right. Yeah, I don't even know what they were referring to.
Well, I think someone said that there wasn't any Apple podcast yet. Or when are you guys going to bring back Apple Podcast?
Really?
Yeah, go back and look at it. How do I know this and you didn't see it?
Well, let me.
I mean, we
Storytellers are there. We looked at that yesterday.
we just looked at it yesterday. Yeah, I thought we did. But
Who are you guys, Brent and Austin?
I mean, it's going to be something for after the show, but we can just kill some
No.
time.
We
no,
got
we're
plenty.
good. We're going
No,
to solve our issues right here.
I see it right here.
8:19.
8:19, 22 hours ago.
It's right there.
Someone was in the chat saying, I don't.
Let's get on that guy. He's probably on you for Twitter, so you might as well get on that guy.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Just kidding.
Hey, Ventrell Miller, let's hear from him. Marcel Robinson catches up with Ventrell. And on the flip side, who's playing next to Foye Oluokun when this thing starts up for real on Sunday, September 7th against Carolina? Here's Ventrell.
You already know what's coming. Before we get into the real stuff, I mean, 15 for the Gators? How you feel?
I feel real good. Y'all see all the hype, man. I'm all for it, man. Florida to the Natty this year for sure. But yeah, go Gators.
You booking your ticket already?
I might have to. If we ain't playing for sure, I got to get in there. Sure.
All right, I'm gonna let you slide.
Yeah, we gonna whoop the dogs this year. Sure. Remember I said that, right? I said that.
So why you gotta be disrespectful?
And all the rest of the team, they say we got the hardest schedule, so we ain't even embrace that.
I was gonna let you slide. I wasn't even gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? It's been a hot day for you.
Yeah, all right.
But speaking of hot days, man, obviously, Grueling camp kind of coming to an end. Let's talk about what it's been like. Looks like you've been flying around it. Are you feeling good?
Definitely feeling good. It's been smooth so far. Coming out here competing every day. Always trying to get better. Work on the small things, communicating, and flying to the ball. That's some of the things that just keying in on.
Seems like this coaching staff has really been key and on that communication. I know after the first game that was kind of the big talk about, the alignment, assignments, getting lined up. Seems like there's been a very intentional focus this week and last week to really hone in on just the pre-snap stuff, right?
For sure. Definitely getting that pre-snap, being able to be lined up, beating them to the ball. Tempo got us a little bit, like you said, that first game, but we wanted to definitely make a point of coming and beating them to the ball, getting communication down, and everybody being on one point for sure.
Obviously, you want to see that, being able to stack up good days in practice, you have a bad day of practice, come back next day and kind of flip things around.
Right.
But how great was it to flip it around in a game? Because that's obviously what's going to happen in the season, the ebbs and flows, right? To be able to come out that second game versus Saints and really put some good tape out there.
It was pretty good. Like you said, every game you want to, because every week they're going to basically do the same thing, attack where you was made a mistake at. So, you're going to see those things again, like tempo might have been tempo. But like you said, just coming in the next week, you got to be ready for all that screw in the little screws, you feel me, and be ready for the next week because you know they're going to try to come out and test you with those things.
One of the big things we heard coming in here was just the new energy, especially with Anthony Campanile, the defense being able to fly around, putting guys in positions to be successful. It seems like that's been the case in camp, obviously. Talk about, for you personally, how much you enjoy playing in this defense and how is it maybe different for you than maybe last year?
It's been fun. It's just been fun learning the new system. Coach Camp also brings the energy. That's fun, even in the meeting room. Keeps you alive in meetings. And he wants you to do your job. He definitely coaches hard, but you appreciate that. He wants you to be great. Wants the defense to be great. So it's been fun so far. Just learning.
Really looks like you guys are flying around out there.
Yeah, for sure. That's my motto. Always get to the ball, no matter what it is. Effort to the ball, and that's what people. You'll see people just effort to the ball. That's what separates us. That's how I feel.
One of the things about, we talked to a couple of other guys that, are seeking these opportunities. This is a brand new, regime, new heads, new leadership from the top down. Really gives guys like you a chance to kind of, it's fresh faces, everybody clean slate. How much can you appreciate that, and how much have you been taking advantage of these opportunities to maybe, put some good film on tape and hopefully, get out there so a little bit more on game day? It's
been smooth. Like you say, new coaching staff, new everybody in the building, so you want to come out and put your best foot forward every day. Definitely got a competitive room, everybody coming out to compete, but it's been fun just going to work with those guys, and like I said, we're just competing, everybody competing right now.
Talk a little bit about that linebacker room. You guys got some experience back there. Got a couple new guys in there, obviously the draft pick Jack Kaiser being one of them, but just talk about how you guys are gelling together, in the linebacker room. Looks like you guys are kind of on the same page, which is obviously what you want being in the heart of that defense.
For sure. Definitely got some years in with those boys, so we're definitely building chemistry. Got a great room. Like I said before, it's a competitive room. Everybody's working to get better. We're pushing each other to get better. It's been fun being in that room, definitely growing from being in that room, for real.
Last couple before you hit the road tomorrow to face Miami, in a joint practice, those always get a little fun.
Yeah.
Then obviously you can play them in the game. What are you looking forward to the most about being able to get out there and practice with Miami and then go out there and play them?
Yeah, I'm hyped up. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm hyped up right now. You get to go out to Miami, we in Miami with it, so we in Miami, and then like you said, you get to go out and hit somebody else, so that's always fun. Impose your will on somebody else, and that's always the plan. Practice like the game, so go out with that mentality.
We talked about stacking days and improving and everything like that. How important is it to go out there to have a successful practice and then turn around and have a successful game against the Dolphins?
Yeah, I always a firm believer in practice is game day reality. So how you practice is how you're gonna play. So having that mindset, like you want to be right in practice, you want to make your communications and all that in practice. So you come out in the game, you feel confident and sharp. So.
Awesome. Try not to hit them boys too hard down there in 305.
All right, I'm gonna try not to, but yeah, they gotta see me though for sure.
Well, you can feel Ventro Miller. That's his for sure. I could feel him the other night. Had a big lick on the back when the back running back stumbled a little bit, so it made for some loud contact. Everybody got kind of juiced up on that one. And then a sack as well in the game. So my question to you, Austen Lane, is who's playing and rolling out there with Foye Oluokun? That one we got. But where does Lloyd, Ventrell Miller, Jack Kaiser, who's run with the ones at times too, like what does this look like? Is this obvious Lloyd and Foye? How do you view it?
I mean, I think it's a Lloyd and Foye just because I think Lloyd can do, in terms of blitzing and everything, I think you like him a little better than Ventrell. But here's the problem with Ventrell. Like, every time that he's been in and been called upon, I feel like this preseason, he's had great games.
Splash play, yeah.
Splash plays, and there's no, really mistakes where it's like, oh, he messed this. I haven't seen any of that. Now, I can look at Devin Lloyd and say in pass coverage there's a couple times where he could have dropped a little deeper there. He could have did this a little better there. I can't really say the same about Ventrell Miller. So if you're asking me who I think the starter is going to be, even though Lloyd did play, he played well in the third quarter, fourth quarter?
I think he played into – no, he was dressed in street clothes for the second half, so just through the first half.
But he played pretty much the first half. When the other guys were already out.
Yep.
So I think that kind of shows, they might be opening up the competition a little bit more to see, who wants to take that spot. I still think it's going to be Lloyd, but I think Ventro Miller can overtake the spot if Lloyd doesn't perform to his best abilities.
Yeah, I think if you really look, guys, at where there could be battles that they've showcased some different people, they did do that. Ventro was playing in with the ones at times. Lloyd has played, obviously, with the ones. Kaiser, I don't think in the game was, but he has in practice a little bit. Then you've got I still feel like the Adoga-Macari thing is interesting on the right guard, but Adoga's been sidelined at times, so that may have slipped into what I think was shaping up to be a pretty good battle to see who's going to be the right guard. We'll also see about the health of Anton Harrison, how that comes into play. The running back room we've highlighted. I mean, outside of those three areas where I think they've tried different personnel with the ones to kind of showcase it, I think that's it. Do you guys still believe like Darnell Savage and Wingard are battling for the starting spot? Because I kind of feel like that's Dewey's job.
I think it's Dewey as well.
Feels like Wingard. I think what's interesting, at least at linebacker, is, and I think you may have this at safety as well, but if you were to find out that it's Ventro Miller and Foye-Oluokun, or it's Devin Lloyd and Foye-Oluokun, whatever pairing they go with there, I feel like you can look at their linebackers and go, there's not a drop-off. Like if Ventro Miller is in, I think you feel pretty confident about that. As with Devin Lloyd, if Chad Muma's in there, you've seen Chad Muma play a lot of football. So, like, I feel like you feel good at that position, whether who's in. And then I think at safety, like, if it's Wingard, okay, Savage has played in the league. I think you got to feel good about that. Where at, like, other positions at, like, corner, if you lose a guy, it's like, okay, there's a drop-off here. So I think a linebacker, at least whoever ends up winning the job, I think you probably feel like they're going to be able to play at an NFL level and not be a hole.
I think it's a good point. I think there's a catch on that point as well. And really, it's just the reality. Those spots that you mentioned don't feel like Pro Bowl spots, right? Or Pro Bowl caliber spots.
Sure.
So you're not like, you'd almost like to have a Pro Bowl caliber player so there is a drop-off, right? So you feel like there's, hey, we got this and we're relying on it. They don't really know what they have at some of those spots, to be honest.
Your floor might be higher, though.
But the benefit of that is, yes, like your guys that you're battling with are capable and feel more closely capable to the guy that you're starting out there. Again, that can be viewed as good or bad, depending on how you want to look at it.
You know, talk about pro. Have you seen Lloyd's Madden rating? Have you seen Lloyd's PFF score?
That's what I was going to say. If you ask Madden, there is a drop-off.
Come on,
if
Brett.
Lloyd's not out there.
Extremely
but
drop. Yeah,
I
drop
do
off.
think it's, again, we go back to the Lloyd conversation we had. He didn't really want to go into depth about the old regime. But I think what you just said the other day, maybe it might have been even last week, about the four, you know, that they're starting to show a little bit, bringing that, whether you want to bring a blitzer in because you drop that.
Manufacture pressure.
Yeah, right. If you do that, Lloyd feels like he can factor in there. Ventrell too, but Lloyd, your eyes go to him because that's what he did a good job of in college. And when we've seen him be successful, he's done that. Just go get it. Especially now losing almost 20 pounds.
That's what he does best.
That's what you're really positioning him to do some good things. And it might not even be as much an indictment on the interior, but it might be to kind of get the most out of a guy like Lloyd and his skill set. So I think it's a combination. Right now, it's been a little bit of indictment on the interior, but that's just because we haven't seen Armstead or Maason Smith out there. You also said, did you say something interesting that my ears catch that I don't think I followed up on? Do you think Maason Smith's going to be the starter
over Arik Armstead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do?
because of health or because he's a better football player?
Because of a little bit of a lot of things. And this is just based off of what I saw when this camp opened. And once again, I don't know what the extent of Arik Armstead injuries were even when we talk about the starting of camp, but he was practicing startup camp. I think Arik Armstead's going to rely more on just like that third down type in like passer situations, and I think Maason Smith will be the every down guy. So I think Maason Smith will be the starter, and then they'll rotate Arik Armstead in more pass rush situations.
Feels like that's kind of, I don't know, you paid Armstead, so it's catch-22, but it feels like you would want Maason Smith to be that guy after you picked him in the second round, right? I mean, not necessarily the expense of a guy you paid decent money to, but...
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that in my mind. I just think
you thought
because
Arik
of the
Armstead was
resume.
going to be the starter.
Well, not just really thinking of it, just by default.
Sure.
Right? Because like a 10-year guy, both guys are missing stuff. You factor that guy in, he's probably more capable of missing stuff and being able to play.
Yeah.
But I almost like what you're saying because to me, I do feel like I'm on the Maason Smith train a bit. Like I like the upside of Maason Smith. And that's almost more important. Like if you can get, because that's the future. So if that actually took place, I think that'd be a very good thing. Less, again, of an indictment on Armstead at this stage of his career, and more of a, oh, good, for Maason Smith. I think that'd be a pleasant surprise. So that's going to be interesting to see. I'm kind of fascinated to see if those guys, how much they play tomorrow, because they're back at work and practice, but it's only been a couple of days. So will they put them out there against the Miami Dolphins, at any great length?
Do you think they need to, if they can? You think it'd be valuable?
Are you talking about for practice or for the game?
For practice.
Oh, they won't go in the game.
Yeah.
I'm just talking practice.
For practice?
Since you haven't done anything really.
Well, honestly, because you don't really know what you have. And if there truly is a battle, I think there could be a battle, even though I think Maason Smith's going to be starting. I would love to see what they can do.
Yeah, I agree.
No,
I'm just
I don't
not
want to
sure
put
if
them.
they're going to do that.
Of course, because if there's still some we're working our way back, then you have to err on the side of caution for Week 1 against Carolina. But if you're almost 100%, then throw them in there. Let's see what they can do.
This caught my ears yesterday, or really eyes because I read it on Liam Cohen.
So your eyes.
Yeah. I think I read it before I heard it. But he's obviously asked about Armstead practicing it. Cohen when he was talking to the media. And he says, great to see Arik out there and Maason. Both guys have done everything they can in order to get on the grass. So to see them out there is a great sign. I'm really happy, obviously, for them to be out there. Both guys have done nothing but work their tails off to get back. So pleased about that progress for sure. And this might be a little hyperbole, but for a guy, this is specific to Armstead. For a guy that we wonder what the hell's going on there, I thought that was pretty high praise from the coach of saying, hey, there's been something there, and he's working his way back. And I just don't think Cohen's offering that if at the same time he's kind of like this guy, what are we doing? Or in the doghouse of some kind, you know what I mean? So I felt like that was, maybe reading into it a bit. Yeah. I thought that was a good sign of, hey, they just really are quiet on injuries. The back has been bothering. He's been working his ass off way more than anybody on the outside thinks. Or he's just blowing some smoke.
I think he's just trying to settle down the narrative more than anything.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Which also could be smart.
I think it's great. It's great because now, what are we sitting here talking about? Okay, I guess it's all good. We're no need to question anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So it could be that, or it could be the truth, or a combination of both.
Well, I think here's the deal, too, Austin, to your point, settle that narrative down, because the narrative's been going on for a couple of weeks. And he's talked in front of a mic and been asked about Arik before. So, he's had the opportunity to settle the narrative down, but maybe he just thought this was the time to settle it down. Or whatever. I don't know. It just was an interesting.
Yeah.
He didn't have to say as much as he said, is my point.
Sure. I'm not trying to, go clickbaity here, but I do seriously wonder this.
Casey's you're in the zone now, man. You're addicted.
No, because
you're addicted to it.
If this one gets put, I can see where this is already going. Yep. But I'm seriously wondering. I don't know what the dead money looks like, but is there a scenario that Arik Armstead's not on the team when they play Carolina?
Is there a scenario? You mean like a trade, or just
they
cut him?
Yeah.
I don't think they cut him. I think if there's a trade possibility,
but isn't trading him for a 6 the same thing?
No, that's essentially the cut him.
Yes.
No, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
I don't see that happening. Unless there's more behind the scenes that we don't know.
Yeah. I don't think if you've made it to this point with this situation, whatever the situation might be, as on the outside, maybe it's this, but on the inside, it's really just this. I don't see why you wouldn't see how he's playing and helps you, because there's no doubt in my mind. Again, I said this earlier this week or last week. You want part of the angst with Armstead is because deep down fans want him to play very well. The guy's played really good football at times.
There's a reason why everyone was excited when he came here.
Right. So they want that's some of the angst. It's not I don't think it's anything personal on Armstead, or maybe it is for some, but I think it's more no, we need him in Jacksonville to play well until we see what Maason Smith is at the very least, because there's an unknown there. So I think at this point you at least would get somewhere down the road. Now, do you get to a point at some stage of the season where it's that's not helping and aiding, or can you trade or do whatever? But you bring up an interesting point, because there's going to be someone that is probably going to be a bit of a surprise as a cut, and they're coming next Wednesday. That's happening. You mentioned a name that I piqued my interest on this topic when you were rolling through linebackers. Is Chad Muma going to get cut from this roster?
Might be.
Yeah. That could that be the big name that gets cut? A former 3rd-round draft pick, right?
So he would basically lose his job in favor of Kaiser, what we're saying.
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah.
By the way, real quick, who's the other white linebacker that was playing at the end of the game? I like that guy. He's flying around. Oh, he's not making
Combs.
Combs.
No, by the way,
They like
that's a guy
Combs.
that they like.
Oh, really?
They like Combs a lot.
They like. He's done a very nice job.
I like him. I thought he was playing his tail off.
Yeah, and we do have to give you a little love. BJ Green, your guy.
Oh, yeah. My guy's been gone.
Your guy just got cut.
Yeah.
Oh!
Mostert.
Yeah.
We'll see ya.
Yeah,
Eli Pankel, my guy, he's been just okay.
Just okay.
BJ Green had 5 hurries the other day.
He's no
Pressures
BJ
or
Green the
something.
second. Come on.
The first. Oh,
He got a
man.
chance? Probably not.
Well,
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know. I don't.
Do they keep him in favor of Armstead?
He's playing well. Could you trade him?
No. Yeah, I know. I would think, though, his chances diminish a little bit with, like, the trade of Saunders. A guy like that.
I hate to break it to you. I don't think he's
I
going to.
forgot about that.
No, but he's practice squad.
Practice squad for sure.
No, he makes a roster somewhere in the league.
I think both.
You
our
said it.
guys-
He had hurries.
I think both our guys.
People had to
It's so
move.
funny when I'm down on the sideline. I'm like, because Mostert especially he wears number 67.
I know. Yeah.
And so when you're down
had
on
no
this side of
chance
the
at
field,
67.
Yeah, I know.
and I'm like, why is that offensive lineman down here?
Oh,
Right?
Yikes,
Like,
Brent.
that's the first thing that goes through my mind. And then I'm like, oh, that's Austin's guy. That's
We
his
barely
guy.
knew
I got to
you.
I
keep
didn't
an
do
eye
it.
on him.
Yeah, I kept it. The only time I ever followed him was when I saw he got released. I'm like, okay.
He
there we
just
go.
got released, I think, yesterday.
that's
I
a
think
shame.
was the story.
Yeah.
Hey, Kim, before we hit a break, let's get to Daniel Griffiths' images for his articles to actionsportshacks.com this week. A couple things. Yesterday, one on Liam Cohen, and today on screen passes. So whatever one you want to do, and we'll just take a quick gander through this. This is a little of what's different so far under Liam Cohen on the offensive side and defensive side of things. And this is what, again, small sample. Daniel Griffiths knows that too, but what he's picked up on. And completion percentage is way up. That would be nice for Trevor Lawrence. The average time to throw, and I saw Daniel tweet this last night, he actually had like 3.20 or something against the Saints, which I think is the most time to throw in a game for Trevor Lawrence, either in his career or since like 2022. I can't remember what he said. So the offensive line really did its job, allow you to get through the progressions, all that stuff.
The twos of the Saints who did their job.
Yeah, I know. Trayvon Walker, 25% of snaps coming from DT. Now, again, these are very small number of snaps, which means the percentage is going to go up. But we'll
How do you
ask you
feel
this,
about that
Austin.
one? Yeah.
Will you see Walker move around more in this defense? Do you anticipate it?
Yeah, when it's pass rushing, absolutely. Yep, because you have Ogba now on the corner, you have Smoot on the corner, so yeah, I think you have guys capable of providing pass rush from the edge. So Trayvon Walker can definitely move down.
All right, so there's that one, actionsportshacks.com, with a little more detail on the writing side of that from Daniel Griffiths. You can read his articles just about daily on our page online. And the screen pass one, if you have that one. So here's a...
Man.
You all right with bar graphs?
This one, I don't know what we're going here.
Hey, my guy, this is not a bar graph. Do you see any bars?
No, I mean, what
This
is
is
this
a
kind of graph?
line graph.
Line graph, thank you.
Nice.
Never was good at the graphing.
Neither was I, but those are clearly lines versus bars.
Yeah. It's a graph.
There you go.
What do we got here?
You tell me. First, Brent's like making fun of me, like, oh, what, you having some trouble? Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble.
All right,
I just
so-
see numbers and percentages, and that's about it.
This looks like the NFL screen percentage timeline from 2010 up to 2014. On the left there, you see the percentage numbers. On the bottom, you see the years. As you see,
sure,
the NFL average looks like about 11%. Trevor Lawrence throws the screen. It looks like 10.4% of the time. You got anything to add?
So I think screens are
up.
Screens are up, and Lawrence wasn't last year.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just
So a
didn't want to
little bit
speak out of
below.
turn.
It
So the
looks
Jags
like in
were
22. He threw the screen pass a bunch. At 14,
Oh, yes.
way
Yeah,
above
yeah.
the league average.
Wonder what's
Which
going
is
on.
kind
in
of interesting. And then 23, a lot more.
Who was their
And-
backup in 22? Running back. The Tank?
Yeah, it would have been. No, Tank would have been 23.
Right. You're just throwing it to ETN. I'm trying to figure out who was getting the football.
And who else was getting the football in 22 out of the backfield?
That was the good year, right?
Yeah. Question. But anyway, they were throwing screen passes. That might tell you a little bit of an indictment on Doug Peterson's offense.
He gave up.
They went from 14-13 to not a lot. Or is that a backup quarterback situation where you're not going to throw as many screens because Trevor's out? That could be. But we anticipate the screen game of Liam Cohen being at least at that league average, if not higher.
Yes.
I would think.
And I'm sorry, is the trend going up? Like there's more screens
Kim, can you
now?
put it back on the screen?
The trend in the league is going up.
It's
since
going, that's what I'm
2010.
saying. Yeah, so
the trend for Trevor in his last 3
of course,
years was going
I got that, but I'm saying year by year it looks okay. Well,
and by the way, Baker Mayfield in the article,
the league's going up.
Baker Mayfield led the NFL with 695 yards coming off screens last year.
All right.
So
Black Streak's going to go up a little bit this year.
It should go up.
Yeah.
That is
the
huge
Bucs
fall.
were at 17% last season, fourth in the NFL out of their passes.
So 6% higher than the league.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, you weren't going to run a lot of screens with Tank.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's an indication. I think that's a part of this conversation, right? Like, how many does that feature ETN more? I mean, ETN's going to get more touches if you add the run and the screen game in, probably.
This is just the running back? Or does this count like tight end
I
screens?
don't think this counts like I think this is your traditional screen, not
Bubble
necessarily your
screens?
bubble screen.
Yeah. Okay. Because they'll do some of that for sure.
They'll definitely do a lot of that. And even it felt like Doug and everybody was doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
Right? Get the ball in their hands. But I think that so far the screen game has looked good. I think somebody, I don't know if it was Hick or somebody else, said, hey, the screen looks better than it's looked in the last 3 years combined. You know, on the show, it used to be like screaming at a screenplay.
Of course.
Because Jags just not been good at it for whatever reason. Yeah. It seems like such a simple play, and the Jags don't do it well over time.
So is a quarterback sneak, Brent.
Oh!
It's true.
I'm saying simple play.
Yeah, two things that look pretty simple and haven't performed very well.
Yeah.
So, all right, so there you go. ActionSportsJacks.com for a little more detail on the screen game as well from Daniel Griffiths.
Known retweeter, by the way, Daniel Griffiths. Every time I tag him, he's like, I got you, brother.
That's
and he doesn't even know me.
Good friend of the show. There you go.
What do you say about Brent when you talk about Parker Washington?
I haven't heard
stayed
that
off
yet.
that one.
Oh, man.
Nobody wanted that smoke.
Okay.
So the by the way, just to close the loop on the 2022 running back thing, James Robinson was on the team for 7 games. Then he was gone.
Wasn't getting a lot of
But
screens.
your potential screen catcher.
Was it the guy from San Fran?
It was. Do you know his name?
Get to it. Is it Vaughn? No.
Snoop Connor was also on the roster, but that's
what
not
was the
human.
dude from?
It is
draft pick.
He's from San Francisco.
It is the dude from San Francisco. Has played in the league.
It's gonna take me too long.
Jermichael Hasty.
Damn.
Hasty. He was good.
He played for them.
Yeah, no, he had some really good moments.
Yeah.
You could debate whether the Jags should have let him go the following year. Didn't go to like the Patriots or
Patriots,
something?
yeah.
Yeah. Good call. He had some really nice moments for the Jags.
How about that?
All right, let's do this, take a break, come back, and we've got a little Jacksonville Feud on the agenda tonight.
Top 5 names that Brent Martineau was called on Twitter.
Low-hanging fruit here, boys.
Oh, yeah. Gonna ride this out for the next week.
Looks like a beautiful day in Jacksonville.
Looks hot.
I don't feel like it's been hot ever since that couple weeks ago when it was 115.
Sure.
I mean, it's still warm.
Sir, it's
Everything's
toasty.
relative to that weekend.
Okay, but it's still toasty around here.
I will say it was nice yesterday. After I left here, I went and got gas, and when I got out of the car, I wasn't like, oh.
Yeah,
I was
this is
like,
oppressive.
I mean, I could survive in this for 10 minutes. You know.
Some big words around.
Impressive.
It's that
Yeah, that's a good one.
Cambridge dictionary.
Yeah,
conversation.
bring it out. Casey, do you know what? We can probably have to go to break.
Do you know what Delulu is?
Yeah, delusional. But
Yeah, you listen to this show.
no, I didn't. I'm just not an
Skibbity?
idiot.
Skibbity?
I didn't know that one. I
Okay.
did watch because I was really trying to make something out of that, like old man tries to figure out words.
Yeah.
But you kept getting them somewhat easily.
Yeah,
So I
he
was
was
like,
impressive.
"Ugh, I don't want it to look like he's smart.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Boom! Parker Washington trade. That's what I did.
We'll be back. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials.
It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3, don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jags Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Parker Washington tweet still making waves. I was looking to see you guys getting cooked on the internet, and I picked out this one from our friend Gravy Palm Tree Travis Hunter season 0-0 Palm Tree.
Nice.
with, of course, a picture of Travis Hunter being drafted as his picture. So shout out
name.
to you, Gravy. Dang, we have no bleeping depth at wide receiver. Why would we ship him? And I was like, good point, Gravy, Palm Tree, Travis Hunter season 0-0, Palm Tree. 4 likes. Didn't really make the waves that I think he thought it was going to make. Right. So, that's cool, though. I respect the game. So I end up on the Twitter page of one Gravy Palm Tree, Travis Hunter season.
Oh, wow.
Or whatever, 0-0 Palm Tree. The tweet that he made directly before that tweet, I have also brought to show you.
All right.
Because I think it is quite interesting, Kim. So when you have it, this is the tweet right before it. How many wins are we expecting for the Jaguars this season?
Dang, look at the interaction.
Do you notice what I notice?
I do notice.
The interaction?
That's our graphic!
Oh.
Gravy Palm Tree, Travis Hunter season 0-0 Palm Tree.
By the way, this one did well.
You stole that graphic from us!
Who is this guy?
Marcel made that! You bum!
Let him know, Casey.
Have some respect. How are you going to
Going
clown
after
us?
this guy?
Yeah, Gravy Palm Tree, Travis Hunter season 0-0 Palm Tree. How are you going to steal our graphic and then call us idiots?
Brent, you going to sue him?
Effing idiot. Guess what?
That's plagiarism.
We're suing.
That's copyright.
You're sued.
Better lawyer up. You better lawyer up.
You're in trouble. Because we got a big law team here.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
cooked, guy.
Better lawyer up.
You're cooked.
Tell him, Brent.
How do I find Gravy so I can at him right now?
Let me see. Let me see what I can do.
Now, is this going to just be a Brent Martineau solo expedition here, or do you want me and Casey to kind of tell you what to tweet?
Sure, tell us what
to tweet. If you want to do it yourself, by all means, man. I'm just,
I was flabbergasted when I saw he ripped off the schedule.
That was
like,
wild that you caught that.
way.
But he got a lot of response on it. Maybe we should hire him.
We could. His at is Travis Hunter SZN. So this guy is extremely.
He's in on Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Brent, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to quote tweet him with that picture that, your graphic that he stole, and you're going to put nice graphic expletive.
Expletive.
Yeah. That nice graphic. Not the word expletive. Fill it in with what
whatever
you feel
I
is
want.
right. Yeah, Brent. This is where you get a chance to be yourself here.
Oh, really?
I don't want to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
So whatever curse word you feel like is necessary, go and put that in there.
Whatever one.
Yeah, whatever one, man.
What do we like?
I would just call him the B word.
That's a standby. Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the B word.
And then I tag Marcel, see if Marcel can get on his ass, because Marcel made it, right?
Marcel Stewart combo. Sorry if someone's going to get mad at me. I don't know which one.
Collaboration.
They both make it.
Collaboration.
Well, Stewart ain't going to get mad at nobody. I feel like Marcel could get. We're suing. That's ours.
That's ours.
I can't explain. I saw it.
When
I was
we
like,
sue, what do we do? We would like those 81 likes.
Yeah, we just want your impressions.
We are suing for impressions.
I want all 6.2K of those impressions that you got on our stuff.
Those are
Thank you
Casey's
very much.
numbers.
Those are my numbers.
Ass hat.
Whoa! Whoa, Brent.
You hear that gravy palm tree?
Take it easy.
You're cooked, my guy.
Dang. Those are
Taking
fighting
shots
words.
now.
Or it could be a girl, I guess. I'm sorry.
I don't make it better.
Why? I've been saying guy the whole time.
Don't steal. Oh, I got you.
Either if you're male or female, we're suing either way.
Yeah.
We want those impressions.
Yeah.
And we just gave you love on the show that
You could be
millions
an
of
ass
people
hat
watch.
and be a female. Like that's an equal opportunity.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You absolutely could.
Equal opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Good find by you.
Appreciate it. So then I went through everybody else that quote retweeted.
Did you
hoping
really?
to
Like you actually look at those? See, I never do that.
No, I was hoping to find some good content, and I stumbled upon Gravy Palm Tree, so it worked out. A lot of them were just mean, and then there was nothing else to find. But the other one was right there, and I was like, this guy.
I was telling Austin earlier, I was like, a lot of the comments and stuff are just people I haven't seen, like, interact
Yeah, I agree.
with, you know? So it's just...
I didn't see like the OG listeners being upset, which was great. Shout out to the OG listeners.
Because they actually
Appreciate y'all.
listen to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to lie, OGs, you could get in there and start defending, right? People are
defend the
tearing
honor a
Brent to
little bit.
shreds. You may jump in and be like, he's actually not that bad of a
Casey,
guy.
why don't you defend Brent?
Huh?
Well, why don't you defend Brent?
Why would I do that?
Okay,
would
that's
I
a good
do
point. That's a good point. Yeah, sorry.
If it,
Paycheck's coming in, at the very least.
3 of those new accounts were me trashing him.
The burners?
Yeah, I was like, this guy sucks. All right.
Let's play Jacksonville Feud.
All right, Jacksonville Feud. Here we go. Gotta pull it up. Oh, thank you. All right. Jacksonville Feud. Both of these are going to, be relative to what happened on the show this week. One of them actually got changed. I will say this. The Madison Beer, Justin Herbert bit got bumped for you guys getting canceled, so we'll get to that in a minute. So Madison Beer, Justin Herbert, I'm sorry you will not make the show today.
Bummer.
In Jacksonville. Did you see all that?
Of course. Wait, did I see the canceling part?
No, the canceling was you guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm talking about Madison Beer and Justin Herbert
of course.
together.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
I've seen it.
No Madison Beer?
Yeah.
Said they met at
Is
a
she
chess
like a
thing?
model or something, or an actress? Or
Yeah, she's bad.
She's a model.
All right.
You should look her up.
Boy, that's like a thing, huh?
What's that?
Quarterbacks and models.
Yeah, and
we
by
just
the way,
talked about this last week.
Shout out to our segment yesterday because Libby Dunn is all over my algorithm now.
Nice.
And I did not ask for it.
I did notice that neither of you guys retweeted that one.
I did.
Were you just kind of gun shy about already being canceled?
I didn't even see that. No, I'm not going to lie. I was so focused on I try to retweet everything. I must have missed that one.
Yeah, no, it's there.
Sorry.
You guys can go back and get it after the show, maybe. A little bump.
Yeah, we'll pull it out.
But I could understand being a little concerned after, the other one. Anyway, so round one here, Jacksonville Feud. You may remember back a couple days ago when Austen Lane made at least an observation about a sack in Jacksonville that Andrew Wingard got. So I went to the town center, and I want to be perfectly clear when I say this, right? Don't need to get canceled again. I want to be perfectly upfront. The question I asked these humans had nothing to do with Andrew Wingard. I said, hey, I got a sack. Celebrate with me. Why didn't they celebrate with me? So not Andrew Wingard, not anybody on the Jags, me in my football league. I got a sack and nobody celebrated with me, and I just want to know top 5 reasons why you think that they didn't celebrate with me. So that's what we got here.
Okay. Ready to roll?
Go ahead.
Brent.
You brought it up. You get to go.
Oh, okay. Because everyone is tired. Like they're fatigued, exhausted.
Right.
Like on the field. Like
I
was too lazy to do it.
Okay, I just want to point out in the game that I played as well, it was also the third play of the game.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were.
It just happens to be
you were
that
specific.
Me and Wingard also got a sack on the third.
Okay,
play.
but so you were specific.
Yeah.
Okay, well then maybe they aren't the biggest fan of said player of you, Casey. Who? Yeah.
So
dislike.
My teammates don't like me.
Yeah.
Kim, do we have any tension with the teammates? They don't like me situation. You better believe it.
Friction.
Tension or friendship? Whoa. Tension or friction with the team.
Okay.
They don't like me, Brent. What do you think?
Team just didn't really think it was that big of a deal. That important.
No respect?
Yeah.
No respect for the play?
None.
I got a sack.
It's just another play.
Kim, do they respect me? Oh.
Didn't respect the play.
Wow. I got a sack.
I mean, I don't know if this is close to number 4, but it's the preseason. Did you tell us the preseason or not? Like when you ask people? Well, no.
My league doesn't have a preseason.
Okay. So
remember, this is not about Andrew Wingard.
No, I know, but you were very specific of it was like the first drive of the game you mentioned.
Yeah.
So
But no, I didn't
mention it was
all the
preseason.
games I play in are real.
Okay,
they matter.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fair then. Okay, so how about this? They were hustling back to get ready for the next play.
The next play.
Next play.
That's a good. You still got to play football. Kim, anything about the next play?
Maybe it's a no huddle.
Locked into the next play. You guys are killing it.
Come on, Brent. Keep it going, Brent.
The greatest comment maybe in the history of comments. Y'all went from someone stealing your graphic to stealing an entire game show.
You damn right we did. Sorry, Steve Harvey.
Mr. Hugo. Well done.
My bad, Hugo. That's on me, brother.
I don't know how you can make that connection. What do you mean? What do you mean?
What are you talking about? What game?
Yeah, what soundtrack? What everything? Brent, you're up, man.
1 and 5 still on the board.
Bring us home.
How is 1 still on the board?
Yeah. If you guys know me, I feel like you'd get 1. Again, not about Andrew Wingard.
You don't want the celebration.
Can't handle the truth? What is
Kim.
Is he close? What?
Don't give it to him.
You don't want to celebrate.
Don't give it.
Nice work, Kim.
I like the judging.
Why didn't Casey, when he explained what happened, why didn't he get the players around? Well, okay. If to be fair, he was a long ways down the field. You ran away.
I was far away from my other teammates.
Yes.
Kim, do we have far away from other humans? Good guess, though.
Yeah.
Team.
5 is somewhat close to that. Although 1, again, this is not about Andrew Wingard. If you guys know me and what I'm about, 1 is pretty obvious.
They'll like to be happy and celebrate.
That is a good guess.
Miserable.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
yeah, I do appreciate that you're listening to what I'm saying.
Dang, nailed it.
Kim.
What was it? He's just
Not exactly.
okay.
Oh, Kim.
What a
Kim's like, I got
yeah.
it right on Casey, but not on the game.
That's correct.
Oh, okay.
That's correct.
Touche. Oh man, why wouldn't you celebrate after a good play? Okay. Guys don't want to waste their energy?
Lack
I
of
guess that's-
energy? That kind of has to do with far away, though. I mean, you can go with that if you want.
No, I don't want to go with that then.
All right.
I mean, we already covered the
It's just
noid,
general.
so
It feels like going in the buckets.
5, I'm telling you, 5 is somewhat close to.
Okay. How about they're rooting for somebody else to have that position, so they don't want to celebrate?
Well, that's not bad. It's not right, but that's
Okay.
not bad.
Okay.
I was going to say the one close. What I almost went with there was like you don't like the rest of the team. If it's
Oh
close.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Casey, quite frankly, they don't like anybody.
Yeah. There we go. I like that.
We're getting there.
I mean, you're close. You're close to 1. It's a judgment call. We're gonna leave it up to Kim. Kim, did he get it?
Haven't built team chemistry.
There you go.
Brent, what's the number 1 answer?
But that is close to 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 strikes right now, I think, too.
Crazy that number 1's not. Got some guesses in the chat.
What do you got?
Didn't know what to celebrate for, says YV400.
That's not bad.
Didn't know how to celebrate. Too cool, says Andre. Ryan, it's expected. William losing by a lot, but I think we had already determined that it's on play 3.
So
A lot of
this
good
is
guesses, though.
this is going strictly on who Casey asked, and not necessarily what makes sense. Body odor. Body odor. Show me body odor, Kim. Let's go and bring this home. Body. Oh, bad breath. I mean, it's same
Bad breath.
bad breath.
There you
That's
go.
the same vein.
That's wearing a
an
mouthpiece.
interesting- That's kind of a
Neither
creative
wears
way to say it.
mouthpiece.
All right, last chance, Brent. What do you got?
Didn't seem like any of you guys popped on the chat either, according to Casey. Didn't feel that. Ran off the field before he could celebrate.
Okay. Yeah.
Hit the button.
I mean, it's first down. But.
Oh, you rotate.
All right,
That's
Kim,
true,
let's see
that's
it. What was the number 1 answer on the board? I made it about yourself. It's all about me. Know what I'm saying?
Well, I really feel like
Tension.
1, 2, and 5
Yeah.
sound a lot alike.
Yeah. I'm
All
with
right.
you, Brent. I'm with you.
So what I'm hearing is you're calling the people at Town Center idiots.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Done it before.
We move. We move on to game number 2.
Usually when I'm driving, but
Oh, that's fair.
Did
So,
you, Brent, you won the first. I mean, I don't think anybody won that one.
yeah,
Go ahead.
if you don't get the number 1 answer, I feel
Yeah.
like such a loss.
No
Yeah.
one won it.
yeah, so anyway, this you guys should be good at this one. So again, Madison Beer, Justin Herbert bumped for this.
Better be good.
I had to go to the Town Center this morning, obviously, because last night there was a big uproar on Twitter, including our guy Gravy Palm Tree and others. And I said, folks, they were at the Starbucks this morning. I'm like, hey, my friends got canceled. They're hated on the internet. People don't. If you see them out, you might throw something at them.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 things you do when you get canceled on the.
Brent, you want to go first or should I?
I'll go first. Get off the internet.
Get off the internet.
I mistook. I thought it was like top 5 things you do to get canceled. My bad.
No. Once you're
Once you
already
get-
canceled.
Okay.
The top 5 things you do to kind of
Stay off the internet.
Stay off the internet. Stay off the. Kim? Go ahead. Give it to him if you want to give it to him.
You owe me one anyway.
Pause
After
and assess.
yesterday's Livy Dunn stuff. That's
okay.
true.
So top 5 things you do after you get canceled. Better start writing that apology.
Good one. You
Brent-
got one drawn up.
Brent's still waiting on yours.
Kim, do we have apology? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Take
That's good.
responsibility.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, that
fits
works.
Yep. Keep it going, Brent.
This is good for you guys.
I'm going to say, I don't know if people do this when it comes to the canceling of the internet, but hire a PR firm or person.
I like that. Good answer. Good answer.
Anytime you hear good answer, you know it's not.
Oh, really?
On Family Feud, when they say good answer, when has it ever been good?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of Family Feud.
Kim, do we
That's
have
really, that's really
I'm saying number 5.
translate to you idiot.
No, we're not giving him number 5.
Alright.
Absolutely
Really?
not.
Oh, it's close, Brent. Next. I can't go to here next. There we go. Oh. Double up.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Oh,
Double
yeah?
down, baby.
Yeah, you're going to call me out? Check this out. We're going back to back, baby.
Double down.
Yeah.
Guess who's getting traded today?
Yeah, let's go. You want to come at me? I'll come right back at you.
Kim, do we have double down? Say it again.
Oh, okay. So
We don't.
Oh,
really?
Wow,
Okay.
that's good. I thought that was
So-
good.
Presidential candidates can do it, but okay, whatever.
When you were saying the internet, like it could be social media.
Yep.
Can we get a new account? Go under
Get
a different
new
account?
Like start over, you mean?
Start over.
Yeah, like a new name, like
New name. Run away? Is what
Yeah.
I'm hearing?
new identity. How about that?
Hide.
Kim, do we have hide?
That's actually kind of a
wasn't
good
a
one.
bad one.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Just like become a
Hide.
hermit.
No.
What do you do when you get canceled? What's the next steps? You try to, I would say try to make it right. It's like take responsibility, right? Apologies. That's all. Take responsibility. Yeah.
I think try to make it right would be a little different.
Casey?
I would think. I think take responsibility.
Gotcha. Okay. So, well, I'm just saying the last one was a lot of very,
I hear
similar
you.
things.
I hear
Yeah,
you.
you're right.
Okay.
Here's
so
the thing.
let's-
These are not really that close, but at the same time, like sort of, kind of.
Okay. This one's way out there, but like I'm thinking of like celebrities and like trying to get through stuff. So if you get canceled, you did something wrong, so you have to either maybe go to a rehab or go to a therapist. Like seek professional help. Depending on what you got canceled for, but
Seek professional. Kim, it's up to you.
close, Brent.
Wow, she didn't
That's
like it.
basically what Brent said a couple answers ago when you
Kinda.
made me buzz him.
All right, fair enough. I like
All
that.
right, I'm going to say cry, get depressed, have those emotions that everybody doesn't like you right now.
Feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Kim, feel some type of way?
Really?
Nah.
What do people do when you get canceled?
All right, so what are you guys doing right now? on
We're
this show?
thinking?
We're talking through it.
Guessing?
We're working through
When
it.
you guys got here this morning,
We drove. I did yoga.
Very elementary. I did not do
when
yoga.
you guys got on the show today,
Drink a smoothie.
Talking.
to
Laughing.
Each other.
Oh.
Watch animal videos in the wild.
People that watch this show would be
Take your time off things. Okay, so maybe you like you just you clear your mind. You have a hobby.
people that watch this show would be
Listeners, viewers.
synonym,
Talk to your friends.
close,
Talk to your peers.
close.
Seek a friend. So you're gonna like seek support. Seek support.
Kim, we have anything to do with support?
Which I feel like that could be
Kim. It's right though. She hit the wrong button.
Okay.
Engage with supporters.
Wow, Kim. I feel like Pavlov's dog right now, where it's like I hear the X. I'm like, oh.
All right.
Oh wait.
Quickly, another thing that you guys did today when you got here, you opened up the show, and what did you do?
Addressed it.
Address the allegations, Kim.
Isn't that taking
A lot of fall in the same stuff here. Town Center's stupid people.
And finally, to get the last one that you guys were close to.
Yeah.
What's the last step of this? Been canceled.
Forgiveness. Oh.
No, you don't have to forgive yourself. You've been well, I guess you could.
Make a comeback.
Steps.
To make the comeback, what do you have to do first?
OnlyFans.
Start over.
End the show.
Dang it.
End the show.
Can't I get
Start
it?
over.
Start over.
Start again.
Start again. Reconcile. Recycle. I don't.
Just give it.
Just
to
show
us.
it to him.
Just focus on.
Focus
Get
on
help.
long-term change.
Yeah.
Missed your cue there.
Yeah. Sorry, Brent. I'm
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're
my
just
bad, man.
disappointed. I get it.
Bro said OnlyFans.
What else are you gonna do? Like if you're canceled, use that and
Go make some money.
parlay it. Let's go. Money's the name
That's
of the
kind
game.
of doubling down.
Yeah. You don't think Brent was at least looking into it a little bit when he got canceled yesterday? Like, all right, let me
First
just
thing
see
I
what
did was go to OnlyFans.
Let me just see what they're making real quick. Let me just see if this makes sense. I need another backyard fireplace.
They do well.
Thanks for participating, everybody. And we'll see you from Miami starting tomorrow. We'll have a report there from CBS 47 and Fox 30. And I appreciate you hanging out. Scrap House tonight with these guys at 7 o'clock on the network.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Maason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Maason's famous lobster rolls.
Thanks for meeting me here.
Okay.
You're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion.
Okay.
You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there?
Yeah.
That's all I paid for it. Do you know what you want?
Yeah. I think I do.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or get $1,750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
put one in the back of the note for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet.
Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table.
Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjax.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change,